I know it's time for me to leave. As the world closes on the door of what became to be, I regret nothing. I can set my mind free. I know you too well. I'm up on the roof and yell. Learned all that I know, and we put on quite a show. And I'd be lying if I said I'm coming back. I just wanna go, I wanna walk away. Never wanted to love you anyway. Guess I should've known, won't pick up the phone. Go on and watch me fade. When you see the lights fading in the night, know that I'm fine alone. I'll be running for the skyline, sun in my eyes. No music, but I'm dancing. I'll be running, 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 I'll be running for the skyline, sun in my eyes. Skyline, sun in my eyes. Skyline, sun in my eyes. No music, but I'm dancing.
Baby, it's whatever. All this ever about you long gone, it don't matter. Ride or die, that's been the deal. The light of your rock, I disappear. But if you don't play that for me, I'm out of it, I'm out of it.
All right, YouTube, we are live. What is going on, guys? How are y'all doing today? We made it. We're here. We have a lot of bowling stuff to talk about, so let's do it. YouTube, we got a couple people hanging in. What's going on? TikTok, how y'all doing? We got a couple people jumping in. For anyone who doesn't know, we are dual streaming right now on TikTok and on, I got to move everything so it's not showing up, on TikTok and on YouTube. So go check us out on both platforms. If you haven't, drop a follow. It would be much, much appreciated. Let me know how everything looks. If anything's too bright, too dull, anything like that, I can change any of it. So just let me know. This is still a newer process. This is only our third time going live on both platforms. So if anything looks bad or funky, please let me know. It'd be much appreciated. If sound is good or bad, let me know. But otherwise, we got a lot of bowling stuff to talk about. Hey, yeah, Nathan, I do have the Optic shirt on. I have to. It's Call of Duty week. It's Call of Duty week, so I have to wear Call of Duty stuff. This is the only Call of Duty merch I've ever owned, so it'd be rude not to wear it. I got to find my YouTube chat. I see Aaron. Let's talk track criterion. We are going to do that. We are going to be talking track criterion. Where did my chat go? Is that my chat? Okay, I got that chat going. I got to get my TikTok chat so I don't miss any of y'all. Brock, I see SPI. Ooh, what about SPI? Let's see. Let me get to the right page. Drop, carry the 2, divide by 3. Looking good. Hey, perfect. Big B. Thank you, man. All right. We have TikTok live also. I'm going to put this on a different screen, actually. So we're going to be turning the other direction today. Look out, world. Actually, let's do this. Can I cut this? Oh, beautiful. It might. Oh, no, it doesn't work. That's sad. Oh, that would have been way too easy. Okay, good enough. All right, we got our TikTok up. Redneck, what's going on? Nathan, we hit. Brock, SPI. And Redneck, is the Venom Shock in the background? It is. I do have a Venom Shock. It is my second Venom Shock right now. I've owned 2 in the past. First one I had was pinned down. It was given to me by somebody, or I bought it for like 20 bucks, one or the other. It was either super cheap or free. And the thing was awesome. It was really good from straight, but pinned down. It was pinned down, so couldn't really move much left with it. At least I couldn't at the time. So grabbed a new one, have that one a little bit, have it a little bit more pin up. I think it's like a 50-degree valve, so not crazy pin up, but still pretty good. Was it my Rico drilling? Yes, actually, Donnie's the one who gave it to me. Never mind. He gave me my first Venom, and then it cracked on me. That was fun. Yeah, he had a Rico Venom Shock. It was yours. I was like, someone gave it to me. I don't know when. That was a while ago. That was a hot minute ago. A hot minute ago. Let's see. All right, we got a lot of questions coming in. So quick little thing. Make sure to drop a like on both TikTok and on the YouTube side. It would be very much appreciated. It helps me out a ton. Make sure to drop a follow or subscribe if you're new here. We are ZVL Bowling. I'm Zach. Post a lot of fun bowling content. We have a cool video coming out soon comparing all the phases against each other. Otherwise, we do bowling ball reviews. We do arsenal builders. We do a lot of other fun stuff bowling wise. We do a bunch of Q&A. So if you have any questions, please drop them down in the comments over here, over there, wherever the comment section is on your specific platform. But with that, let's see. We have more over on the TikTok side to start. So we're going to start over on the TikTok side. We are at Bro, should I polish the ball if they don't hook? If your ball isn't hooking, there's two reasons why. And it kind of sucks because it's hard to explain. It either hooks too early or too late. I'm actually going to turn that light I think is a little too bright. Give me just a minute, but I'll answer that while I try to find what I need to turn that light a little bit lower. Let's see, let's drop it right there is a little better. Okay. So if your ball's not hooking, what's the reason? So two reasons: either your ball hooks too early or too late is why it doesn't seem like it's hooking. It really depends on what you're bowling on, what you're throwing, your rev rate, a bunch of other things, speed. If the ball isn't hooking, it's probably because you're throwing it too hard or the ball just isn't drilled properly and is too weak. So polishing it generally won't make it hook if it's not hooking at all. If it's hooking a little bit and you're leaving a lot of corner pins, polish can help, because what polish will do is make the ball hook further down lane. Because when we look at when a ball hooks, we don't look at side to side how much it hooks sideways. We look at how much it hooks front of the lane to the back of the lane. Hey, Don, what's going on, man? All right, let's keep going on TikTok. Let's talk about that Ivory Rhino Pro. Ooh, want to talk about the white ball. We have the white bowling ball, the Ivory Rhino Pro. So yes, we have 6 bowling ball releases this week. Let's see if I can name all of these. We have Ivory Rhino Pro, Track Criterion, Zigzag Solid, No Doubt, Ethos Hybrid, and today is the Raptor Rush. Ha, got it, first try. I know bowling balls way too much. That's my party trick, is knowing every bowling ball that has been made in the last year. That is not a good party trick. Someone help me, please. But the Ivory Rhino Pro is virtually a Brunswick high road. For everything I've seen about it, the ball is super late, fairly sharp, nothing too crazy down lane. It's still a Brunswick ball at the end of the day, but the core numbers are very much similar to a high road. They're a little bit weaker than a high road, which is kind of interesting. So if you are someone who's highly rev dominant, this could be the ball for you. This could be the ball if you don't want a hustle or if you don't want a raw. This is going to be similar to like a Max Throw Pearl from Motiv. This one might be a little smoother and a little longer. Actually, Steven in the YouTube chat, who I saw, I need a ball for the burn, two-handed right-hander. This white ivory might be the play. And yes, it, like Don says, it has that thick shell. So for anyone who doesn't know, bowling balls usually are in 3 parts. I'm going to probably butcher this because I don't know ball design all that well. But the Ivory Rhino is actually 2 parts. So it's core and then just cover. There's no filler material. Filler material in a bowling ball is what is used to make the numbers not change much between 14, 15, 16 pounds. The Ivory Rhino doesn't have that filler, so which usually means it hits a little bit harder, is the general rule of thumb. It's enough to notice, but nothing too insane. It's not like it's going to be night and day or anything. But yes, that is what the Ivory Rhino looks like. So it's going to be a very late ball. If you're someone who has a problem with getting a ball to not hook, this might be a good play. This might be a good play instead of like a hustle, like I mentioned. Similar-ish numbers to a hustle. The core is the cover is a little bit stronger though. Just a tiny bit. Drink of the day, by the way, just regular Pepsi, because I have a lot of it in my fridge. This is Mountain Dew. I bought Mountain Dew a while ago for a party of some kind, and I have way too much of it. If you guys want some Mountain Dew, let me know. I'll just start throwing it out. Let's see. Don was at the Rico drilling. It was. I luckily re-drilled it a bit. Redneck, love your shock, as does everyone. That thing is is the GOAT. If you haven't thrown a Venom shock and you are like someone who owns a lot of bowling balls and likes to throw a lot of bowling balls, I would recommend it. It's a fantastic ball. It does everything correctly. It's weird. It's like a phase 2 for me, where it just always does something good. It's weird. Like you're playing straight with it. It hooks in the right part of the lane, goes through the pins the right way. You play deep with it. It goes to the pins the right way, hooks in the right spot. It's just awesome. Let's drop a live. Can we drop a live goal on this? Pin your, okay. No, not a subscription goal. No. All right, whatever. We're going to leave it. Actually, you know what? Screw it. We'll drop it. All right. Next one from TikTok is Noah. You got your new high game of 187. Nice. Congrats, man. That is awesome. That is fantastic. I'm going to try this goal thing. We're going to drop a subscription goal. Why not? But awesome, Noah. That is awesome to hear. So close to a 200. Guaranteed you'll get that very, very soon. Absolutely. Marty Marr. Marty, I was just messaging with you. How do you compare the Deviate Hater to the Mesmerize and the new Criterion? The Hater in general is going to be longer. Longer, but a similar-ish ball reaction down lane. It's not going to be much sharper or anything. Oh, I got to answer the... Oh, boy. Hopefully this doesn't break stuff. Uh-oh. Pretty good. Oh, no. Okay. Uh-oh. Are we good? We're good. TikTok, apologies for that. That completely crashed everything. That's super. But we're back. All right, we're good. We are good. Let's see. So the Hater's going to be a little bit further down lane and then a little bit sharper in general. Versus especially the Mesmerize and the Criterion. The Mesmerize is early and it's fairly angular down lane, which is kind of crazy. And the Criterion is pretty much a middle ground. It's smooth. It's early-ish, not as early as the Mesmerize in my opinion. Hey, 60 feet, what's going on? You made it. Redneck, we had position rounds last night. Nice. How'd it go? Ma, it hooks too late. If it hooks too late, then you're going to have to sand it, not polish it. So you have to do the opposite. Dots, phase 2 or the AI? I'm still going to go phase 2. It's just more versatile. The AI is good. I figured out why it's so weird. I have a couple reasons for that, so I'll get into those in a second. But I would still go phase 2 if you have to pick one or the other. Let's see. Tariza. Hello, Mr. ZVL Bowling. Hello. Walt, love the hoodie. Thank you. Happy Call of Duty week. Hopefully everyone's playing Black Ops 6 on Friday or Thursday if you switch your country to New Zealand. Ivan, how you doing? I'm doing great. How are you? Let's see. Where are we at? JJ, my local pro shop is doing a demo day for Motiv and the entire Brunswick line. Nice. That's awesome. That's a good time to get used to a bunch of different equipment. Redneck wants to get the Rush. The Rush looks interesting. It's strong. It is a strong pearl, which is kind of cool. Let's see. DK just got a Mesmerize and loving it. Everyone loves the Mesmerize. It is crazy. Like, everybody I know absolutely adores that Mesmerize. Everyone I see online, like, I haven't heard many bad things about it. Like, I started hearing more bad things about the effect than that ball, which is kind of crazy. It's cool. I love to see it, but it's just shocking. I didn't expect it. We knew that the Vaporize and Mesmerize would be good, but I didn't think this good. I like the Ivory because it looks like a Widow Ghost. It really does. It has amazing shelf appeal. For context, like, if you guys weren't like on the sales side of things, different colors do sell better and worse than others. White bowling balls always get a little bit more attention from people because there aren't many of them because they suck to clean because they always get dirty, especially at more dirty centers. Let's see. We did phase 2 or AI, 60 feet. Loving the optic hoodie. Thank you. Kai, what's going on? 60 feet. Just letting you know, for me, the audio on TikTok is really behind. If somebody else can confirm that, or if that's just on 60 feet side, let me know. It might have just been catching up at that point because of the wonkiness of me having to answer a phone call and let somebody in into my apartment building. Let's see. Yeah, it's delayed. Okay. We got this. We're going to do this. That. Okay. We're going to do that. Hopefully this resets things. We're going to try putting in the AirPods. I should not have done that. Okay. There we go. We're going to do that. Let me know now how it sounds, yay or nay, on the TikTok side. Let's see. Noah, I have a Rhino and want to get the Arctic Vibe. Is that a good choice? I have a Rhino. Yeah, I think that's a good step up. It's nothing crazy. Noah, nay as in it didn't help, or nay as in it's better? Hopefully it helped. That terrifies me, though. All right. Still delayed. Man. YouTube, I'm going to be coming to you in just a second on the comments. I wonder what I can do here. Let me try messing with some settings. Dang it. Let's do this. Mirror, mute the mic. Do that. Maybe that'll work. Don't care about blocking comments. Content said no. Maybe a mute and an unmute worked. Try that out. Still a little delay. Let me know one more time. Let's go on to some YouTube comments. I know you guys aren't delayed because you're through the computer. Aaron, you want to talk track criterion? Criterion can confirm that it's bad. Dang it. We might have to reset the live. I'll get to you guys in just a second. Aaron, let's talk. Still a little delayed. Okay. TikTok side, we're going to reset the stream quick because of that stupid phone call. It completely ruined the audio. So make sure to stay on the page. I will be back in like 12 seconds. So let me end it. Okay, YouTube though, while we're doing that, let's track the track criterion. So the track criterion is super strong ASIM, but not the strongest ball in the world. It is actually like a middle of the road ASIM solid. All right, let's go live there. It's a middle of the road ASIM solid where it's like not as strong as an Extreme Envy or as Mesmerized, but not as weak as something like a Rotogrip XL. I don't know Brunswick's comparison, like a hitter. It's not as weak as a hitter, I think would be a good comparison. Overall, it just looks like a good middle of the road, versatile, solid asymmetrical ball. So like nothing crazy, nothing spectacular about it, but it looks good. So if you're really looking for one and you liked the Paradox, the Paradigm, or the Archetype, that was the third one. If you like those, I would recommend looking at a Criterion if you need to replace it. If you need to replace it though. Big B, looking good, sound good, awesome. Pete, hey there, do you plan on a high tilt, low tilt consideration? That one's really interesting. High tilt and low tilt is weird. I want to do a video explaining high tilt, low tilt. I really want to just push people towards the right. I don't want to make the same videos for like similar things, because what high tilt, low tilt does is it just changes where your ball hooks on the lane. Kind of like axis rotation to a certain degree, just a little bit wonkier. So maybe I think I'll make a video first explaining them both, and then hopefully that can help point everyone in the right direction. And then if we need to, we make a full just arsenal builder on it. But good idea, Pete. That is a good idea at the end of the day. All right, TikTok, we're back. Let me know how everything sounds. Am I still delayed? Am I still delayed in any way? Because that would be super sucky. If not, love to see it. But let's keep answering some stuff on the YouTube side. Larry, I'm looking to replace my High Road Max. High Road Max, there isn't much. Ion Pro, I think, is the best replacement for you, Larry. It's going to be around the same spot. Weaker core, stronger cover. I would go that would be the best bet. Steven Schaefer, I need a ball for the burn. Yeah, we talked about Ivory Rhino. We could talk about Deviate Chill Pearl. We could talk about Hustles, Steven. Those would work too. A lot of the Pearl Hustles. Any of those would be great. Hey, I'm not delayed. Thank you, Ivan. Appreciate it. All right, TikTok, we're back. And Khalil, thank you guys so much. Jared, go Optic. Absolutely. I love this Optic hoodie. All right. Thank you guys all who are following. Much appreciated over on the TikTok side and the YouTube side. We did just hit 3,000 subs on YouTube. So thank you guys all so much for 3,000 subs. We got there way faster than I would have ever expected. TikTok side, we broke, how many did we get to? 9,000 followers. So thank you guys all so much for the 9,000 followers. That is awesome. Insane. The road to 10K is still going. We're only 1,000 away. Any help will help make this process much better so we aren't delayed like this. But let's keep hitting the comments up. Let's go to Chrysonis. What is your #1 recommendation for a strong and sharp ball from Brunswick that is readily available? Strong and sharp Brunswick ball that is readily available. There's actually a lot of them. There is the, what else do we have? We have the Beyond Infinity is pretty good. The Intense Mindset is really good. And the Effect are going to be your top 3 Brunswick ones that are still made. Yep, Beyond Infinity, Aaron said. Buds, what's going on, man? Big B, Mountain Dew, Nectar of the Gods. I love it. Jangles Mountain Dew giveaway. I wish. Mountain Dew, please sponsor me. We had a joke when I was streaming on the gaming side that I had a command that was just Mountain Dew, please sponsor me. And then there was a stretch where Mountain Dew Game Fuel did a bit where they like would pull people in on their Twitch like main page stream. That's to a couple hundred people, and then they yanked my stream in for a little bit, and people just spammed that. It was fantastic. Greatest stream ever. Let's see, Buds. Noah will be bowling 300 in no time. Oh, absolutely. I'd give him a week, maybe two. Mark, what would you recommend on the fresh oil bowling 44 feet? Ooh, 21 mils. You need something middle of the road to weaker. Absolutely middle of the road to weaker, Mark, because 21 mils is very low for 44 feet. So pearls are going to be your play. Medium sharp and weak sharp balls are going to be the best. All right, let's go to Jangles. The Ion Max looks like a ball that's been through 30 games after a 3-game set. The white and pink doesn't help it, Jangles. The white and pink makes it look very not great. Let's see. Sorry, just on TikTok. Brooke, did you change your name to Cranjus McBasketball? That says Brooke at the end. Oh, I'll read that one in a second. Buds was looking at a Sublime Focus or Phase 2, but that Sub-Zero Forge is pretty. That ball is pretty. I would go Sublime or Phase 2. Sublime or the Zero Forge. Sub-Zero Forge is going to be a little too early in my opinion, unless you're really speed dominant. Joshua, any thoughts on the Radical Conspiracy? Yeah, Radical Conspiracy is what Radical does best. They make a ball that's slow. It still finishes, but it's really good from straight and really, really strong. They are amazing at that. And that is what the Conspiracy does. Big asim, super slow, hooks from everywhere, good to go. All right, Aaron, we'll be hitting you next, but let's jump back over to the TikTok side. There's a lot of comments to hit over there. Jared, go optic. Lamb, hello. I want to be a PBA pro. What would you do on a flat pattern in a high friction center? Cry. No, I would recommend urethane. Urethane might be your best play because high friction means you will have zero room inside no matter what. Even like flat, you already have no room inside. This makes it even worse. That makes it even worse. Not delayed, not delayed. Saint, can you build me an arsenal around the 2.0 hybrid Motiv and hammer? So I think I included the 2.0 hybrid. That one would be more strong sharp. So you're going to need a medium smooth. You're going to need a weak sharp. And I would go check out my videos on Motiv and hammer and you can see a few from that. But yeah, we will keep going. Average Bowler Guy and Zach Abbott, thank you for the follows, guys. Average Bowler Guy, AI is the new Super League ball. So after I took the polish off, 100%, that thing's really good. But it can't, Mind Game's so shiny. That thing is so shiny. Like, wow. That thing would hook at 90 feet. But I took the polish off of it. And now it's much better. I'll have a video going out, I'm hoping tomorrow or Friday, testing all the phases against each other. In the last little bit, you guys are going to notice there's a few different shots. That's from a fresher house shot, and the thing wrecks it. It absolutely shreds. Super cool. Bob, it ain't the ball, it's that fire optic hoodie. It is every time. We got to wear the COD champs. We got to get COD champs merch. It's rude not to. Average Bowler Guy, track theorem. Yes, that ball is awesome too. I love mine. Thornley, what is your get out of a slump ball? Phase 2. Always phase 2. If I have no idea what's going on, P2. Ooh, Dawn, Vaporize 2. That is a good point. Vaporize is also a fantastic league ball that I wish I had. I don't own one. I've seen it a few times. I've seen it online a bunch, and that thing is awesome. Super, super cool ball. All right. Zach, at first my phase AI was so clean it didn't hook much at all. Bowling Tonight put 3K on it when it's 264, 233. Yeah, that's what I noticed too. I hit mine with 3K pretty hard and that thing is awesome. Super good. Saint, can you build me an arsenal? Oh yeah, we already hit that. Ivan, did Maribeth send you a jersey? She did actually. She hit me up right after that last stream, and that might have been 2 streams ago. So I will have a jersey with an awesome dino on it coming very soon. So you'll see videos of that. EFX, I think it takes about 3 to 6 weeks. So that'll be coming at some point soon. All right, next up, Cranjin and Brooke. I love the name. You did change your name. That's awesome. All right. Tourney last week went okay. 560 in 10th place. Districts was all right. 590 in 5th place. Hey, a good top 5. That's awesome. We didn't make it to state, so our season is over, which is bittersweet since my sister is a senior. Oh, that's never a fun feeling. That's never a great feeling, but that's not too bad of an ending for the season. So got a lot to grind out, which is fantastic, and a lot to improve. So that's awesome. Well done. 60 feet, it's fixed. I'll get you back. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Everett, the optic hoodie. Absolutely. You got to rep the COD champs. It's rude not to. Let's see. Khalil, what is the best radical bowling ball in the market? Oh, wow. Best radical ball in the market. The Deadly Rattler was good. The Conspiracy's good. The Max Bias is strong. Hitter Pearl, actually. Yes, Hitter Pearl, hands down. That is the best. That is the best one. Also, my why is this not resetting? Okay, there we go. Did that work? Yes, okay. Sorry, YouTube wasn't updating for a minute, but we're good now. We're Gucci. Okay. Yeah, I would go Hitter Pearl. That thing is actually low-key really good. I'm excited when it goes on sale because I think a lot of people are then going to realize how good it is. Khalil, what is the best? Okay, we hit you. User, what do you think about the Zen U? Zen U is a bowling ball that exists. It was an attempt at making something similar to a purple hammer. Kind of. It was fine. It was one of the better urethane balls with a core in it. It wasn't as bad as a hot cell. It was fine. It worked for some people. Do I have some? I think I have some in my teeth. I probably do. I just had pizza before this. I don't have anything to look at for that. That's sad. Well, apologies. Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. I don't know. It was okay. It hooks a lot for a urethane ball. Let's see. 60 feet. The one they discontinued. Oh, the Rack Attack was good. Boom. We're back to 1K likes. Thank you, 60 feet. Appreciate it. Walt, loving all the recommendations you've given me. Turning towards that Maxwell Solid. Nice. That ball is really, really good. I really like that thing. A lot of people really like it. Hooks more than what the money says it should. All right. Brooke, looking for another ball. You have an Attention, a Harsh, a Piranha, and a Sublime. Getting back into sport shot leagues. Attention, Harsh, Piranha, Sublime. You might want to. Do you ever run into situations, Brooke, where your ball everything hooks too much? If so, I would recommend a weaker pearl ball. But otherwise, you have the top 4 down, which is really good. So I don't hate that. But if you have a problem where the ball just hooks way too much, then I would recommend trying a weaker ball. Let's see. 60 feet. I love my hot cell. Hey, that makes one person in the world who likes the hot cell. That's awesome. It was a love-hate ball. It was a very love-hate ball. All right. We're going to jump back over, answer some of the YouTube comments because we got a lot going on out there. First one up is Aaron. Criterion stronger than a Sensor Solid? Yes, by a lot. By a bunch. Cap and Yo, what's going on? League about to start in an hour. Any advice? Pick up your spares. Stand on the big dot. Hit the second arrow. Yeah. Don't think much. Don't think, just bowl. Try that out. And then hit your spares. And go win a couple games of cards. And you're good to go. Those are the best ones. Buds, I have high speed, high tilt. Okay, so that makes it interesting. So that's a hard thing with bowling. There are so many puzzle pieces. You've got your rotation, natural rotation. You've got your natural tilt. You've got your natural ball speed. You've got your natural revs. So that makes it really hard to be able to build, but you need to know these things. So I should make a video explaining high tilt versus low tilt. So I think I'll be doing that at some point, Buds. Thank you for that. Johnny, what's going on, Johnny? I know we got a message the other day. Wanted to ask, Monday on my league night, I had to move in deep, 4th, 5th arrow. I didn't know what to throw. I had a perfect mind tent, Attention Star, and Ruby. Usually you'll want a Ruby in there. Usually you'll want a Ruby from that deep. Let's see, Whiskey. The Arctic Vibe looks like you've been using your ball as a boat anchor after a night of league. It does. That's a problem with white bowling balls. They get so gross. They just go from that white to just like a brown. Because especially if lanes are a little dirtier in the back, if the machines are a little dirtier, the thing is fried. You have to have so much cleaner. Bowling Fool. I love the name. When deciding sneak attack versus tour, I went with the sneak. I respect it. The sneak is going to be smoother. I like that. What do I think of the Ivory Rhino Pro? Ivory Rhino Pro is a Brunswick high road. The kind of funny thing with this Brunswick drop of bowling balls is they kind of did a couple of Storms things and then just put a B on the side of it. The No Doubt is everything screams Zen minus colors, and it has an R on the side for radical. The Ivory Rhino screams high road. It's It's a 2-piece ball, doesn't have any filler in it, which is just like a high road. Numbers are similar to a high road. It's a little stronger cover and a little weaker core than the high road, but close. So like, I think it's really good. It's a really good weakened sharp ball. I think it's going to be one of the better weakened sharp balls that Brunswick has, if not their best one. Might be their best. Jaybird, it's going good, man. How are you doing? Don, my get out of jail free card is the phase 2. Ooh, and a urethane in the pitch black. I respect it. Bowling Fool went with Ivory Rhino versus the Blue Fire. That's a good comparison. The Blue Fire is good. The Blue Fire is really good. So that's a tough one. That's a very, very tough one. Let's see. Don, sorry. Question about when you would decide to switch balls. I made a number of micro adjustments, and before I knew it, I had 5 9 spares in a row. I would say it depends what you're leaving, Don. Like, so I bowled a tournament Sunday, and one of the big things that happened was in one of the games, I couldn't get a corner out. I had 4 10 pins in one match. It was a just directly head-to-head match play, and I had 4 10 pins or not in a row. Sorry, in the match, I had 4 10 pins. Ended up losing my match, which was super unfortunate. But it was because I couldn't carry the 10 pin out. So I tried micro adjustments to start. That was my first thing is, all right, try an adjustment, but you have to really read how you're leaving your corner pins. Like if your ball's coming in just super flat and dead, and you added axis rotation and it still isn't great, I would always recommend a ball switch. That's when you know if it needs to be a ball switch. It's really just, you really just have to know your ball motion, what works and what doesn't. Very tough one, very hard to know, but that is usually the best way. James, sorry, just joining. How long have you been on? 30 minutes, only 30 minutes, James. Don, try to throw straight at spares. Yes, always. Don, did you go to YouTube just to tell me you never stood on second arrow? You posted on TikTok too. It's fine. Yeah, I don't. Other people do. I don't. I'm scared of second arrow. That's too close to the gutter. James, I have the Crimson. How different is the Rush? The Rush is not much different, James. It's a little different. What you'll notice is the Crimson is going to be a little earlier and about the same down lane, maybe a little sharper, but they're too close to have the same spot in the bag. Big B just got the Summit Ascent, but haven't drilled it. Stressing over the layout to use. I have 70 by 375 by 20 on my Exponent. The ball is killing it for me. If you do the same thing on the Ascent, if you like this Exponent, I do the same thing. It's going to be earlier, but it's going to be a little bit sharper than the Exponent. So keep that in mind. Do layouts make that big of a difference on house shots? What's the right way to answer this? Yes and no. Yes and no, Big B. Yes, layouts will matter in extreme ways. If you won't notice a difference between 3.75 inches and 4 inches on your pin, or you won't notice a difference between 20 degrees and 30 degrees on your valve. They won't make that much of a difference, but if you do something crazy like 3.75 to 5 inches, yes, it's going to be a big difference. The TikTok side, is there anything flashing on your side? Let me know. I'm noticing a weird flash on my when I'm watching it on my side. Just let me know. That's weird. Don, I'm a lefty. 3 pin, 7, 6, 10. Oh, you were leaving a little bit of everything. That's interesting. That's weird. Yeah, that was definitely pin carry. So your ball was coming in too late, or it was just the ball was kind of puking. So I would recommend a sharper ball, especially if you're going 3 pin. Could be anything. 7 pin could be anything. But then if you go 6, 10, and 5, especially a 5 pin, that means your ball is coming in way too smooth and doesn't have enough energy to actually get out the 5 pin. Xander, I got to hustle rip as my first ball. What medium smooth ball should I get as a ball up? I'm speed dominant. Medium smooth ball up. Summit Ascent is a good option. Phase 2, Optimum Idle, Sublime Focus, anything like that'll be a good ball up. It'll be a bigger ball up, but it's still a good ball up. Let's see. Also, TikTok side. Thank you guys. 2.2 thousand likes. Much appreciated. If you're new here, make sure to drop a follow. We post bowling content all the time. Otherwise, keep dropping likes. Much appreciated. They help me out a bunch. They help get this stuff out to more people so we can get to 10K followers, which is our overall main goal. Overall main goal. I don't think our live goal actually popped in. I'm going to set that. Edit your live goal. No, it's not going to be roses. We don't want roses as our, oh, what? That's all it is? What? Edit your live goal. Why? No, I don't want that as my live goal. Fine, I won't have a live goal, TikTok. Jerks. All right. Let's see. Let's go over. Well, we have a lot of TikTok comments to hit. So let's go over to that. Mike Medina, we will get to you in just a second. But let's start off on the TikTok side. We got a lot of stuff to go through here. First one is Harry. I have a magic gem and an optimum idol pearl. Yeah, that is a really good combo. There's gonna be a little bit of a difference between the gem and the idol pearl, but yeah, overall you did good with making that. Lamb with an octopus emote. Love it. I have a PBA Junior Regional on the 36 feet O'Neill pattern. Stormball, would you recommend? Oh, it's PBA. You're going to need my least favorite ball ever created. Not least favorite ever created, but I hate this ball with a burning passion. The IQ78U. For anyone who doesn't know, if you haven't watched one of my lives, I hate the IQ78U. Both sides. I hate the IQ78U and I hate the IQ78U. If you don't have to throw it, don't throw it. The thing sucks. But you have to if you're a Storm guy and you want to throw urethane on a PBA in a PBA tournament. So unfortunately, urethane is going to be your best bet. The other option is going to be really smooth equipment. Exponent, Optimum Idol, Phase 2, Harsh Reality, things like that are going to be really good too. Quack. What's a good hybrid ball right now? Scorpion Low Flare. My favorite. There are a lot of really good hybrid balls actually from Brunswick right now. They dropped a lot of hybrid bowling balls lately. A lot. Their last batch had like 4 of them or something crazy. So a lot of the Brunswick brands have a lot. Otherwise, the Sublime is still good from who are they? That's 900 Global. And Motiv doesn't do many hybrids. They have the Pride Liberty. That's probably the top one. Let's see, Brooke. Recently fixed my release and speed, so you're more balanced. Oh yeah, I would go Purple Hammer if you don't have one yet. That's always good for sport shots. It's good. If you're bowling sport shots, it's always safe to have a urethane just in case. Because always remember, if everybody's throwing urethane, you need a urethane, or you need to be really good with tricking your bowling ball. Like not Norm Duke level good, but really good at it. All right. Hey, S-Dog, thank you for the follow. PBA Pro, I have an Eternity Pie, Vibo, Idol Pearl, Tour Dynamics. Eternity Pie, Vibo, Idol Pearl, Tour. A weaker sharp ball after the Idol Pearl would be decent. IQ Ruby, Exponent Pearl, something like that. Otherwise, a ball around the Tour Dynamics, that could be like a Sublime Focus, an Optimum Idol. It could be lower than that and go like a Hustle X-Ray would be really good. Any of those. Brooke finally got down to 12 to 13 miles an hour, which has been so hard since I'm so tall. Wish I could go to 16 pounds. I don't know if you want to be that low. Brooke, 12 to 13 is pretty low for your speed, but I get where you're coming from because I have the same problem where, yeah, getting a ball to slow down is really hard when you're tall because your arms are so long. So like usually lowering your speed, you either have to lower your speed or boost your rev rate or both. I'm trying to do both right now. Well, more the second one, just trying to get the hand in the right position. That helps a bunch, getting your ball to slow down earlier just by being more up the back of it. Kev, what do you recommend for a pearl ball for heavy oil? All right, this is a good question for everybody. This is it's a general question, but there's a lot of really good pearl balls for heavy oil. Now, the big thing with pearl balls on heavy oil, you probably want an asymmetrical pearl or you need to use it in transition. The balls that have bigger cores, bigger covers that are pearls, Effect, Harsh Reality Pearl is a really good one, and the Crimson Jackal from Motiv. Those are going to be some really, really good ones, but some other ones below that, Optimum Idol Pearl and Phase AI can be good if you're a little more rev dominant. Oh, Sublime too? Yeah, Sublime's a good option, Brooke. Absolutely. Stephen Gilbert, Magic Gem, Arctic Vibe. I lost your comment. There it is. Journey and a mix. Let's see. Magic Gem, Arctic, Journey. That's a good 4-ball combo. I like that a lot. El Nino, watching from the Philippines. Summit Ascent or a GB5. I would go Summit Ascent, El Nino. That would, I think, be my favorite option, especially if you're using it for like a league shot and not a sport shot. Chris, you're good. Hey, thank you, man. I see no flash. Awesome. Walt, I love the Hammer Axe as my spare ball. It is a really good spare ball. The Axe is a really good spare ball. JD Carnus, gotta respect the green wall. Absolutely. Wear the COD champs for COD week. Go buy Black Ops 6. I'm not sponsored, but if Call of Duty would ever want to sponsor a bowler, I mean, might as well. They would sponsor Rambo Ray before me, but Hopefully I'm on that list of like top 10,000 that they would. HP bowling. I'm a rev dominant bowler, but I might get the Ion Max for fun. Might as well. Any suggestions for a 2LS layout? I need to remember my 2LS layouts, so I don't know what to say here, unfortunately. I learned 2LS back in April for a teammate, and then I never really bowled or drilled many two-handed balls after that most of the summer. So then I forgot my 2LS layout. So I'd have to refresh myself. So I don't think I can answer that right now, HP. But I am, for everybody on both sides, I am going to have a video coming out over the next month or so for 2LS layouts. Like an actual full video. I haven't posted to TikTok yet, but on YouTube side, I post a layout video. It got a little flack from some people, but in general, it was explaining how to do dual angle layout. I will do one for two-handers very soon. Let's see, Chris just drilled a vaporize a few weeks back and have a lead on a hammer effect. Yes, they are going to be different enough. They're going to be a little similar, but I think they're going to be different enough that you'll be good. Holly Marie, what about the Black Widow 3.0? Black Widow 3.0 is fantastic. Very good, strong, and smooth ball. Probably the strongest ball you need in your bag. I actually have one and like it so far. And Steven, we hit yours. 60 feet, what's your opinion on this new polish finish for Storm? Do you feel it's legit or marketing BS? I will say the new Power Edge, from everything I know, is just basically what we had like 5 years ago. Is it the greatest creation of all time? No, not even close. Not there, no. Is there a better polish? Maybe. Is it good? Yes. Yes, absolutely. It is much better than their old stuff, and it's as good as the stuff Storm used to have. I don't think it's just the godsend of bowling polish. Now, that's impossible to do. But I think it's really good. I think it's good. I don't know if it's going to be the best. Again, like I said, the one ball I've had it on, I've had to take the surface off of. But granted, that might have been the company or the factory just way too overshining it. That happens all the time at the Storm plants, unfortunately. So more to come. Brooke, going to Vegas SYC in February. So I'm pretty excited. Nice. Good luck. Those are fun. Those are really good. SYCs are a fantastic youth event to bowl. Let's see. E. Arsenal is new blue, Optimum Idol solid, Black Hammer 78, Defender hybrid, and plastic. What do you get next? You have a new blue, Optimum Idol, Black Hammer, Defender hybrid, and plastic. You don't really have a shiny ball, E. I would recommend a shiny ball. That would be my favorite play. Some kind of shiny option would, just in general, anything pearl would be a good play. Holly, thank you for the follow. You're also a two-handed lefty. Yeah, something pearl would be good. Walt, we need an optic bowling ball collab. Yes. Jared, what's up, Jared? Can't ever get spin on the ball. Well, for you, you just got to try harder. Get a ball drilled from that fantastic pro shop in your town, and I bet they will be able to help you put spin on a bowling ball. Jared's a coworker, so he just needs to come into our pro shop. E, best arsenal for a two-handed lefty. Two-handed lefty is interesting. You want more smooth stuff as a lefty. You want a lot more smooth bowling balls. You want things like IQs, phase 2s. You want GB5s. You want scorpion low flares. You want urethanes. Things like that are going to be the best play for a lefty, especially two-handed, because you're probably more rev dominant too. Fake white boy. Love the name. I see you representing that Optic Texas. Have to. I have to. It's rude not to in COD week. Black Ops 6. I will be only playing Black Ops 6 for like 12 hours on Friday. So I have to. I gotta hit up Josh Tajiri, see if he wants to play. I know he plays a lot of COD. Go follow him on TikTok and YouTube, by the way. He makes awesome bowling ball reviews. Fantastic ones. And he's an amazing person who lets me use his videos for some of the Storm stuff, which I will love him forever for. Because I found out the bowling community doesn't like you using their videos much, even with credit. It's not, they're not good about that. PBA Pro, what grit would you put on a V-bow? Rev dominant, low speed, I would go polished. Definitely polish is going to be the play. Jared, deal? Yeah, good. We can probably get you a cheaper one too. Sport shots for you. One of my old ones, more than likely. I mean, if you can throw 15, Jared, we'll see. Let's see. I'm fairly new to bowling. I'm throwing a red, white, and blue hustle. Recommend my next ball. You're going to want to go a step above that. Something like an IQ Tour, Summit Ascent. Exponent Pearl would be really good. Something like that, Spore Shot, and you'll be good. Walt, we're going to hit a couple more of these and we're going back over to the YouTubes. Walt, do you recommend getting a ball drilled at a pro shop, at a bowling alley, or outside of one? If you can find a pro shop outside a bowling alley, I'll be impressed. I don't know of many of those. Don, who's in the YouTube chat, can probably answer that because he knows every pro shop within like 3,000 miles of us. But I don't know of many. That's kind of cool. I would go to the bowling alley, but I would check both. Pro shops are hard. You never know. There are no good like Yelp reviews on pro shops. All right. Let's see. Hey, but what's going on? 60 feet, 1v1 me? Bet. Let's see. I will get back to the TikTok chat in a second, but we have a lot of YouTube comments to hit on. Xander, we are on you. I got a hustle rip as my first ball. Oh no, we hit that. We have Mike. Mike is next. We have a phase 2 Ion Pro Lightning Blackout, 15 miles an hour, low rev player. What am I missing? Phase 2 Ion Pro Lightning Blackout. You have medium smooth / weak smooth, and Lightning Blackout, which is weak sharp. You probably could use a stronger Pearl ball, Mike. Optimum Idle Pearl, Phase AI, Attention Star, any of those will be really good in that arsenal. And Don, I switched to a phase 2. Yeah, Walt, let us know what general area you're in. Don's willing to help out, find you a good pro shop. So he can give you a suggestion, like what general, you don't have to tell us like specific town, but general like vicinity of or state or vicinity of the nation would help a bunch if you're in the US. Not in the US will be a little tougher for us. I bet Don can work his magic though and find one. Don, I switched to a phase 2 for my fill shot in the 10th frame and started throwing strikes. Hey, 227 on game 2. Nice. That's awesome. Good job, Don. James, I have the nuclear too. How about the rush and the nuclear? The nuclear is going to be a little later and about the same downlane reaction, maybe a little bit smoother in my opinion than the Raptor. Aaron, Optimum Idol to Xander. James, I'm single right dominant lefty. I think the rush is going to be the play for you then. It's going to be a little bit, yeah, yeah, go Raptor, go Raptor. Lewis, what do you recommend? 16.8 speed, 300 revs, 7-degree tilt. You can get a ball to pick up pretty early, pretty balanced though, Lewis. So you're going to want a little more Pearl-esque stuff. You're going to want shinier stuff. Don, how about the Attention Star or the Vaporize for a strong, sharp option off the Black Widow? I would go, or would the Harsh Rally Pearl or Vivo be better? Off the Black Widow, I'd go Attention Star or Vaporize, Don. You can't go wrong with either of those at all. You cannot go wrong with any of those two options. So I would go one of those two. Big B, 4 balls to choose from for a 3-ball bag. Senior matched bowler, 14 miles an hour on the monitor. Attention Star, Ascent, Exponent, USA. Matched bowler. I would keep the USA at home and bring the Exponent, would be my bet. Otherwise, the Exponent and Ascent will be a little bit close. The Exponent should be weak enough, though. I would keep the USA at home. Don, I love my 3.0. Got it drilled, pinned down. Nice. Don, I am not bowling doubles this weekend. I am a loser and don't have a partner. So I'm not bowling any doubles. So sad. Mick, what balls did Motiv release? They yes, as Don said, the Gold Raptor, the Raptor Rush, it did just release today. Now I know there's been a lot of videos about a lot of stuff, but it did just release today, and then tomorrow is all the Brunswick stuff. Tomorrow is the Criterion, the Ivory Rhino. I'm doing this again, aren't I? Ethos, No Doubt, Zigzag Solid. All of those are coming out tomorrow, and today's the Raptor Rush. Don, where does the person need to shop? I don't think Walt answered yet. Not quite. Don, there's a pro shop in the back of a sporting goods store that was pretty bad. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Purple Slammer, hold on. We're pausing things for a minute. We got an intel drop from Purple Slammer. Hammer's announcements next week is going to be fire. Really? Do tell. I mean, you can't just hint. Next week already. Hammer hasn't dropped a ball in a minute, have they? Hazmat Solid, I think, is the last one from Hammer. All right. guys. Oh, and then the winky face. You can't do that. That's mean. All right. You heard it here. Maybe first. Hammer has an announcement next week, and it might be fire. It might be really good. Nick, so free. How do I go from that to just you saying so free? It is so free. Purple could be an effect, could be a new theorem. Who knows? If it's a new theorem, and Nick, so does Storm? Guys, where are you getting this intel? Let me know. Huh, interesting. Okay. All right. Remember, guys, if you don't like, stay tuned for social medias. Follow ZVL Bowling on YouTube and on TikTok, and you're going to be the first to hear about it. Which is actually kind of true. I try to be one of the first accounts on YouTube and TikTok to post about a new bowling ball. One's the new Attention Star. Me and my brother Nick just left SPI and Storm Guys told us. Okay, we're getting all the intel today. Stay tuned. We will have the announcement first. Attention Star S2 Solid. Interesting. Okay. Apologies, YouTube. I stopped like halfway through a couple comments, but a lot of intel drops. That's interesting. Stay tuned. Next week, you're going to see some videos from me about a bunch of new bowling balls. Cool. Sweet. Keep dropping intel hints, guys. Keep dropping them. I'm going to keep reading them. Where are we at? We're at Dawn. There's a pro. Oh yeah, the sporting goods store. That was probably when bowling like popped off a lot more. Because like I noticed Joseph said Kmart was drilling bowling. Kmart sold bowling balls for a minute, and they sold to a Rhino. I always thought they only sold like Kmart branded bowling balls, which is interesting. But that's cool. That's so wild that like you go to a Kmart and get a bowling ball drill. That's so crazy. I love it. Let's see, Capnia, would the Hypervenom be good on the fresh? It could be if you're a little more rev dominant or if you're a little more up the back. If you spin it a little more, no, it won't be Capnia. Oh, let's listen to this. Where are we at? We have a lot of comments to catch up on the TikTok side, but I just want to hit on Purple Slammer in HK22 Effect Tour. Is that overseas? That sounds like an overseas ball, but let me know. Tyler, our pro shop is a Storm staff, and he said he effed up with our SPI date. Whoopsie. Whoopsie, that happens in bowling a lot. Like, a lot. All right, let's catch back up on where things were at. We were at Horst. I bowl a 255 with a brand new road. Nice, that's awesome. Justin, follow. Thank you for the follow, Justin. And Justin said, I have a 3D offset attack and a raw hammer, looking at adding a Sub-Zero Forge or the Widow. Both are going to be great options, Justin. You can't go wrong with either. I think the 3.0 will be a little more versatile, but the Sub-Zero looks better. So take that as you will. 60 feet says the 3.0. A lot of people will say that. Elite Vortex, thoughts on the original phase? That ball hooks a bunch. So you're going to see in the video that I post, like I threw I have an OG phase, resurfaced it a little bit, tried it. My God, did that thing hook. Now it had a smaller span, one of my older spans. So I was getting a little more of a handful of it and a little more around it, but my God, did that thing hook. That thing was wild. It's weird. It's so tumbly though. Like it's so tumbly. It's interesting. It is very old though. It's 8 years old at this point for anyone who has an OG phase. They're very, very old. Greg Hunter, I love the phase 4. What is the difference with the AI? Oh, I am glad you asked. The AI is actually going to be earlier and a little bit sharper for you, Greg. So it's going to be a little bit earlier, a little bit sharper off of the spot than the phase 4 was. Justin, after looking at the Forge, looked like that would replace the offset. Yes, it'll be closer. I think it'll be a little sooner. The Sub-Zero will be and a little smoother than offset, but they're going to be close-ish. Closer. Purple Slammer with his winky face. Yeah, a lot of good drops. Interesting. I'm going to have to write those down, guys. I'm going to have to do some research after this. Let's see. And Purple Slammer says domestic. That's always the tough part. Like, is it actually releasing stateside or overseas? Lelouch. What's a good ball to pair with a phase 2? Something like an asymmetrical. I would go Attention Star. Attention Star is a really good asymmetrical pearl to match with it. Tyler, but I tried the AI today at SPI and I did buy. Did you go to the SPI plant, Tyler? Is that what you did? Purple Slammer is the shim wrecker. That's awesome. Alex Birmingham. What do you think of the DNA coil for above the bag with a phase AI? I think the AI and the DNA coil is a great 1-2 combo. So I really like that, actually. I think that's a good combo. All right, we're caught up on TikTok. Let's jump back over to the YouTube side. We are at... we just hit Joseph's Kmart ball. Don, Kmart, Herman Sporting Goods. They sold Columbia white dots. That's so crazy. Yes, I am middle old. That's awesome. Johnny, I just ordered the Idol Pearl. Where would it fit in my league night in Arsenal? So that's going to be a medium sharp ball. Johnny, I kind of forgot what you all threw. I think actually, I think you mentioned it earlier. Hold on. I might be able to scroll. Oh yeah, you did. Perfect Mindset, Attention Star. It's going to be below the Attention Star. It's going to be a little bit below the Attention Star. It's going to be sharper, but a little bit longer than it. So that is where it's going to fit best. But it's going to be above the Ruby. Johnny. And then Don, Purple Slammer is a shipwrecker. I love that so much. That's funny. Oh, that's awesome. Where are we at? All right, we're jumping back over to TikTok because we caught up on YouTube. I'm going to do a quick little refresh to make sure. Yes, we are. Okay. Brooke, any tips on lining up in practice without knowing the lane pattern? Yes. Stand in a versatile spot, 10 to 15, wherever you're most comfy. Throw a middle of the road bowling ball. For you, that'd probably be the Piranha. Try the Piranha and see what it does. If it hooks way too late, jump up to your Harsh Reality. If it is too smooth, but seems like it hooks in a good spot, go to your Attention Star. Otherwise, stick with the Piranha and then move left and right off of that. Being able to just figure out length is usually the most important part of a shot you don't know. Knowing the length is huge, and then you can figure out the rest from there. Tyler, SBI matchmaker at your local lanes. Got it. AWOL, what kind of lane conditions suitable for a hybrid? Everything, really anything can be good for a hybrid ball because it'll be good on longer, good on shorter because it's very versatile. It can be shinier, it can be dull. It really depends. If you have a shiny hybrid, it'll be good for the breakdown further on into a night, but then if it's dull, it'll be better for smoother. Ivan, do you think Jesper would be more successful if he could throw a black hammer? Ooh, no. If he could throw all of Hammer's stuff, yes. I think he would actually, right. You're right. My bad. I'm gonna back up. Right now, yes. Jesper would be better with a black hammer compared to the IQ 78. Absolutely. Although his rev rate is about 1,000, it's an exaggeration, but you get the point. Where he can, he can make anything look good, but yeah, I think he'd do a little better with a black hammer. I'm shocked he never switched. Every two-handed lefty on tour switched over to Brunswick, virtually, not all, but most, except for him, which was weird. I expected him to go over, but he never did. Never did. Let's see. Nick, do you start medium smooth or strong smooth? I go medium smooth usually if it's a house shot. I go strong smooth if I know that the ball, or if there's a bunch of oil or if it's a longer pattern. But in general, I usually don't. Ivan, instead of the 78, yes. Hey, Nathan, what's going on? Nathan Corbett, how you doing? Cole, Nathan, looks like were you traveling to go to that tournament? To watch Maribeth's tournament? Because that was, I think, Florida, maybe? I think it was, no, that might have been this weekend. No, that was last weekend, I think, Florida. I don't know. College tournaments, there's so many of them, I never keep track. I don't even keep track of my own tournaments. Oh, that's why I decided to bowl Saturday night, which was not the great time to choose that. Cole, what do you think about the road? The road is fine. It's okay. It's the best you have for that lower edge shinier ball. I would go with a high road instead of a road, in my opinion. Oh, that was Ohio. Oh, it was Ohio and then Florida? Maybe. I remember seeing a story from Florida. But yeah, that seemed like a great time, being able to watch her Maribeth average 230 or something. Unfortunately, you had to go to Ohio. Ohio is a place that exists. I shouldn't talk bad about Ohio. I've never been there. I know nothing about Ohio. Let's see. Lelouch. I love that name. Let me know if I'm saying that right. What scenario would you use a phase 2, then transition to an attention star? All of them. All of the situations. Every situation you could ever imagine, I would start with a phase 2 and go to an attention star. It just works. The phase 2 is good on everything. I adore that thing. That's all. I threw it this weekend again. It was a house shot, sport shot, no oil, some oil, throw in a parking lot, throw in the snow. It's going to look good. So in most situations, that will be your transition. Lelouch. Hold on. All right. We're going to pause for a minute. We have our new best username for the day. Congratulations, Cat on Crack, for having the greatest username of the night. Everyone give a round of applause to Cat on Crack. That is an awesome name. And they have a cat. And they have a cat that looks deranged as the user profile pic. I love that. How would you approach US Open pattern 2? What is US Open pattern number 2? Let's check that out quick. US Open pattern, I'm guessing 2. We'll just go 2. 2023, probably. Oh, that's the middle finger pattern. Yeah, that pattern sucks. It was easier than some of the other patterns. You want to kind of play it like a long pattern, is what I remember for that one. Cat on Crack. Don, Cat on Crack, Don from the YouTube side giving you a nice little wave. Oh, you deserve it with that awesome name. That is beautiful. Khalil, how does a 40 by 4 by 40 layout super CUDA? It's going to be a little bit early, but overall, I think it's a versatile layout, so you're going to be good with that. Holly, newish varsity coach. What are some of your best drills? Ooh, we're going to get controversial for a minute. I saw Maribeth join. Maribeth, what's going on? Close your ears for a minute, because I know you're a college bowler, so probably don't want to hear this. I don't like drills. There's a point where drills are not great. So I'm not a big drill guy. Mark Baker is notorious for hating drills, bowling drills, and just trying to feel body mechanics. So, which is tough to do for like kids, because I know for me, I grew 17 feet between like my sophomore year of high school and my senior year of high school. So I had like no body control. Like my body grew too fast to have body mechanics. So I was never a big, but because of that, I didn't have much of that. But now that I actually have that, I prefer that over drills, because drills, my habits always kick back in once I go to a full approach. No matter how long I do drills, no matter how hard I try, they just don't click for me. I'm not a big drill person. In general, though, some of the best drills you can do, I like more games, things like low ball, where you try to get the lowest score you can without getting a gutter, where a gutter counts as a spare or strike. I like games like where you can go Baker style, or you just point out spares and everyone has to shoot that. I like things like that. Drill wise, the one step and the no step are always going to be the play. I think those are always going to be the tried and true plays. There's always a lot of fantastic ones. Let's see. Maribeth might have a few other ones because she's gone through the programs. But in general, I'm not a big drill person. One step, no step are going to be the best play. But for kids, they might not work the best. Drills are tough, but yeah, there's a lot of ways you can do it. Bowling is still so untapped in coaching. There's amazing coaches out there, amazing bowling coaches out there in the world. Like, you've got incredible ones, but there's still so far to go in the sport. Don, low ball, my lowest is 21 or 2. Oh my God. Impressive. That's really hard to do. Yeesh. Maribeth said, yeah, low ball is always fun. One step, no step, always when warming up. Yes. Well, that's one good thing to teach guys. Don't go 100% on your first throw. Do like 50%, 70% and work your way up. Even if you don't hurt, even if you're not sore, even if you're not old like me, it is better. It's better to just get mechanics under wraps instead of adding unneeded muscle, because it's hard to go from like nothing to going 100% because you're just going to add in muscle into your swing that you don't need. We do a spare cycle. Is that where you go like 10 pin, 7 pin? Let's see if I remember it. I think it's without missing. You have to go 10 pin, 7 pin, 3, 6, 10, 2, 4, 2, 4, 7, and then strike, maybe. There, that might have been, it is. Yes, sweet. That, I forget where I saw that one from. I didn't bowl in college. So I'm just making that up. No, I saw that somewhere. I think maybe Wichita did that. I don't remember. But okay, we should keep going on comments. Have missed a lot of them. If I would Jesper, I would go to Brunswick 100%. He's made a pretty good career from Storm stuff. So, I mean, he's making some good choices in life. Nathan, I did go see her in Ohio. Oh yeah, we are way back. Oh, I asked that a minute ago. Uh-oh. Dre to Fuzz. That's a love the name. Weaker ball to pair with a stealth. Solid for league. Scorpion Strike. Absolutely Scorpion Strike. Let's see. Oh, there is the Ohio slander. Ohio is rough, but you know we bowl decent. You average 230. Shut up. We bowled okay. We made the all tournament team. It's a normal day in the office, a normal 9 to 5, no big deal. Steph, I'm bowling 8 games team on Kegel Carbon. Which one is Kegel Carbon? That's a pretty basic one, right? I think that's just a challenge pattern. Why? I'm on Amazon? Oh, Amazon AWS. Never mind. 42 feet, 1 to 10. Yeah, that's pretty much a house shot. So Steph, that's just a house shot. So throw it like a normal house shot. Lelouch. Yes, saying it right. Greatest anime of all time. Oh, perfect. Which anime is that from? I don't know much about anime, but which one is it? You don't like drills. I don't. I hate drills. I've actually been working with our manager at the at our bowling alley. He used to be a high school coach. So like, that's a big one. Okay. We're going to rant. Rant time. Ha, let's do it. All right. If you don't like what's going on with your form, or you feel like things are hot garbage, you don't have to ask a professional like what's going wrong. You can ask somebody that doesn't have the craziest like stats in the world. It can be anybody. It can be a lot of people. This is a guy who's a high school coach. He's never bowled professionally or anything, but awesome guy. And he knows his stuff. He's seen some of the best bowlers in the world throw bowling balls. But he was able to come up and be able to point out things in my game that I was not catching by watching me throw a bowling ball hundreds of times, literal hundreds. I've been getting videos in my form for like 5 years, and he was able to pick up things that I wasn't in all that time. And they've been amazing. So if you need help with your stuff, go find somebody who can just give you some pointers, who knows bowling, but doesn't have to be top of the top. You don't have to pay $1,000 for a coach to be able to get that. But yeah, quick rant over. All right. Holly, thank you. Determined to make state. Hey, good luck, Holly. Good luck. Make sure to ask a lot of questions to other people. That always helps a bunch. I see Maribeth that's answering a bunch of comments, so I'm gonna let her do her thing, and I'm gonna hit up YouTube quick. Where are we at on the YouTube side? Next one. Oh, Don, they should make a 78U pitch black. Yes, I have a feeling they will before the PBA season starts, Don. I would assume. I don't know it. Again, Purple Slammer and all those other guys know way more about future drops than I do. I don't have any way of knowing this stuff. I'm not staffed or anything, but they know more stuff. Maybe that's what they're talking about with the Storm release. I don't know. Big B, Power Edge versus Reactagloss. Not a fan of Reactagloss. Power Edge. Power Edge is going to be the best one, Big B. The Reactagloss was just not great. It just made things a little too shiny. It made them look good on a shelf, but it just wasn't great, unfortunately. But yeah, that is that would be my recommendation. Also, TikTok side, go follow Maribeth. Click on her channel, go follow. Brooke, I would highly recommend it, especially with you looking at trying to go bowl in college. That is a fantastic person to watch. Yeah, as she whips, where was that comment? I had to whip that one out. I see. Yeah, I may have averaged 2. This is okay. We're going to dissect this for a minute. I may have averaged 233, but could have done better had the best look in the house. Yeah, go follow her. She throws the ball good and can average 233 on probably a ridiculous pattern. All right, where are we at on the YouTube side? We have Don Rock and Roll Hall of Fame there. It is, yes, that is about it. That is what Ohio has. They have a couple of championships now in sports. Good for them. Don Lowball. Oh, yeah, we hit that one. Lowball is a blessing and a curse. I sometimes chop my 4-7 and 6-10 in real bowling. Yeah, that's fair. The hard thing with lowball is like, you can't, like, if you pick your corner, that's awesome, but you also have to make sure you can hit like a 6-10 and a 4-7. For me, it's just like a 2-board move, but yeah, always being able to get on that is good too. And buds, I came back in July and have been struggling with targeting and consistency. I said to myself, I'm just going to go back to basics. Shot 1053 for 5 on Monday. You fixed it, whatever you did. Don, except AI can't fix shoot. Oh, why is Nate catching strays? He deserves them, but still rude. Nah, he deserves it. He deserves it. That guy was trying to get me to bowl for him tomorrow. He deserves every stray he can get. Big B got great advice today. I threw a solid 10-back strike that felt great, and the better bowler next to me said, do more of that. Yes, that is always good advice. So that's awesome. Hey, great to hear that. That is awesome. All right, let's catch up on some of the TikTok comments. Cole, what is your highest game? 300. Have had a nice little chunk of 300s in the day. Let's see. Drata Fuzz, you are welcome. I was standing at like 35 with my feet. Were you further left than everybody? Isn't that what you normally do? Let's see. Also, how do you pronounce your school name? I don't know how. Let's see. We got a lot of that. Were you guys bowling in Orlando? Yes. Sam Lloyd, best step down ball from an infinite physics for a speed dominant down and in player. Ooh. It's kind of hard. The infinite's in a weird spot. I would go something like a phase 2. My phase 2 is my ball down from an infinite because the infinite is so early. It's not really a pearl to me. It's more of a solid. So I would go with something solid and smooth, something solid and symmetrical would be my play. Let's see. Horst, yesterday I said I got to move left for the first time ever. Nice. That's always a good feeling. And Brooke, I always wanted to go to Vandy, but I think I'm not much into their team after watching them. Sheesh. That's it. Why is that? Brooke, I need some explanation of that. Sam, you are very welcome. Yeah, I want to hear that. And Maribeth, 100%. I have more revs than most girls, so I'm always in my own zone and always have a really good look. That's so. If you guys watch a lot of PBA stuff, it's why a lot of PBA guys. That's why two-handers took over so quick and more rev dominant guys, and why the PBA move is move left and throw it slower and hit it harder. Is because if you're further left, and have more of a rev rate, you generally have more hold room because people are breaking down a spot for you to throw it into, but then you have the oil left of that to use as hold. So this is one perfect example. See, we're learning today. Also, there is zero sass coming from me. I skipped that comment, but I forgot that one. The sass from it is crazy. This is always how it is. It's not any different than usual. There's just always sass. All right, let's jump back over. There's a couple of YouTube comments. Big B, we hit. Joseph, what are your thoughts on splitting boards with your feet? I feel like people look at me weird when I say I move half a board left or take a half step back. In all honesty, if it works, perfect. That's awesome. That's the big thing. If it actually works, like if your half board move works, now, is it going to do much to your ball reaction? A very minor amount, but it will do a little bit. I know Barnsey does half board moves. He's one of the guys that I know that does. I don't know if he does half step back or forward, but if it works, do whatever. If it works to like do a 360 before you throw it because it kicks out corner pins, good. But people might look at you weird for it, but if it works for you, that's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Let's see, Don, the more left didn't work at the Agent Ong this weekend. Oh, dude, that tournament looked disgusting. 44 feet with 2 speed bumps was gross. Yeah, you had to play up it in such a weird way. We had a guy from our pro shop who went to bowled it, and there's a lot of pros that went too. Yeah, he bead whacked him. I didn't even see the match. I should go back and watch it. Kind of curious. Let's see. Buds, I have no problem with the two-hander thing. I feel lofting the gutter to score is a bit much. Well, if it works, the goal is to knock down pins. Lofting doesn't hurt the lanes as much as you'd think. If it's like purposeful and you don't have to do it, different story. But if you do need to do it, it is a tool in the toolkit that you sometimes have to pull out. All right, where are we at on the TikTok side? Oh, we have Brooks' answer. Just added a Vibo Louis. Nice. That is one of the best ASIM pearls of the last, I think that came out in 2023. So of the last 2 years. I think it was January of 23. Maybe? All right, Google, I need you. I need you, Google. Help me out. Tell me the good thing. Storm, where are your bowling balls? There they are. Ion, DNA. There it is. Vibo. Oh, September of 23. I'm dumb. I tried. I thought it was January. I don't know why. All right. What did Brooks say about the Vandy team? Maybe it was just a bad day, but the team dynamic was sort of off. They're amazing bowlers. Very difficult to get on their team, so it's more of a dream than a goal. Hey, for the very little I know about college bowling, Brooke, it is easier to get on a team than you would expect. Yes, you do need to work super hard. It is super important. Always keep improving, all that stuff. The way you're improving, the way it sounded over the last how many streams, it is easier to get on a team than you expect. So keep grinding at it. And I wouldn't write that off as not being able to happen. Go to all the college recruiting, keep bowling tournaments, keep bowling well in high school. You will have people approaching you. That's how it works. That is absolutely how it works. Where did my live stream go? It's back. Okay, my stream just freaked out. Okay. Oh boy, I have a lot of so many comments. Oh my God. College bowling is the best experience in the world. Everybody says that. Everybody says they loved it. I never did it, so I can't speak much of it. Apologies. I wish I could, but I just can't. Let's see. Maribeth agrees. How did your story go? I should just like guest stream with you, dude, but I'm basically making you answer all of my stuff, so appreciate it. Thank you for answering questions. That's very helpful. Let's see. Where are we at? Khalil, thoughts on the One Reverb? One Reverb is good. It is a massive core. That is one of the stronger ASIM pearls on the market. Overall, really good though. It is much better than people thought. It is, yeah, it is, it's probably about as strong as a Harsh Reality Pearl, Khalil. So it's really good if you have an option, but if you have an ASIM Pearl already, I wouldn't recommend it. Let's see. Brooke, I've raised my league average by 15. Got a 696. That's higher than my high series of the year, man. Jeez. My high is like 650. I suck. Lelouch. Thoughts on the one? Oh, perfect. Thoughts on the One Reverb. Just answered it, actually. That worked out well. Had 2 people asking about the One Reverb so close is a new one. Thank you, guys. Brooke, I love talking to all the colleges at Junior Gold. That is a great time to do it. Khalil, college bowling is the best experience. Maribeth, why didn't you do it? Yeah, good question. For a little bit of background of Zach, I did not bowl really until I was like 18. So I played basketball and baseball. So my uncle owned a bowling alley, owns technically now. Trying to sell if anybody wants a bowling alley. Dawn looking at you. I didn't bowl. I bowled a little bit. Like I bowled a league once in a while, but that was about it. Otherwise I was baseball, basketball, got into college, couldn't play baseball, basketball anymore. Needed something else. So jumped into bowling, got super deep into bowling. I'm an insanely competitive guy. Very, very competitive. So then I got into bowling, was able to bowl junior stuff because junior tournaments, the junior tournament I was going to, you could be, I think 22 was the cutoff. So I could still bowl for a couple more years. And then I bowled adult stuff. But yeah, I made a bowling team in college. I went to a small Division III college in Minnesota. and we had a bowling club that somebody started where he was able to somehow weasel the college to pay for 2 free games of bowling for just whatever group of people you wanted once a week. It was a stupid good deal. They paid like $5,000 for it in a year. It was so wild. It was just absolutely crazy. I couldn't believe that. And but we had a tournament team for 4 tournaments. We never took last. We always took second last. I had the high average on the team for the season at like 190. Otherwise, I had a bunch of guys that bowled league or they bowled high school, and they had their old high school bowling balls, and that was it. And I couldn't drill bowling balls at the time yet. So we were not very good. We had fun. We had bowled 4 tournaments, went to Chicago once for the, what is that tournament? The ISC. That was fun. Got smoked. I should have brought a purple hammer and I didn't. That was sad. But yeah, so that was my bowling story. So now I'm just super deep into bowling. And since then, I've done way too much research into bowling stuff. Where is his bowling alley? It is in Melrose, Minnesota. I don't even have to worry about doxing myself because like you guys can just watch my videos to see my last name. So Melrose, yeah, it's small town in Minnesota. But let me hit up a couple of the YouTube comments. We have a lot going on over there. Don, did you ask Briley what happened after his 278? I didn't want to poke a bear, Don. I saw him last night for a minute. I did not poke much. Went to a different side of the house is what he said, and it didn't play anywhere close. But it didn't sound fun. Don Clifton then, I didn't tell anyone how many boards I move. Oh, you don't? I just get high fives when I strike. Most folks I bowl with don't notice the adjustments, which is normal. I personally barely notice adjustments like that. And if I'm watching teammates. Chris, I'm looking to upgrade my league arsenal. I use a phase 2 and a Zen plus a spare ball. That's an awesome combo. I've changed the layout on both, so I have plugs, which I don't like. Looking for a 3-ball arsenal. If you like the phase 2, go with the phase 2 yet, Chris. If you like the Zen, go with a phase AI or an optimum idle pearl, and then keep a spare ball. That'd be my recommendation. GC3, one hand, right hand, 330 RPM, matched. Use a phase 2, an IQ2, and a ruby. Not sure what else would be useful for league bowling since I can chase the P2 left. Keep using the P2. Suggestions. If you like your P2, go with an AI. Grab a phase AI if you really like your phase 2. It's just a pearl version. Probably a pretty good combo. Christian, just wondering if you would wreck an IQ2 or solid. Yes. For a lefty? Yes, absolutely. Don, just let me know when we start buying. We can be the next triple shift. I'm in. Oh, and yes, also, Don, Minnesota has, for Maribeth 2 and everybody who's after Zach's historical journey, Minnesota has currently 2 bowling colleges. I'm sorry for anyone who's watching who bowls there. They suck. They're bad. They're really, really bad. They're fun. They're fun teams. They're more drinking teams than bowling teams, but they are not that serious. Yeah, I will be seeing one tomorrow at league, and yeah, they just aren't. They ain't it. But yeah, Minnesota's pretty bad with that. You have to go down to Iowa to have some decent bowling colleges. So I tried making one thinking like, oh, maybe we could do this, and it didn't work. Joseph, ESPN used to highlight NCAA bowling quite a bit in the 2000s. Had some of the best competitive TV bowling at times. Stephanie Nation, now Johnson, was a huge star. Oh, I didn't know they did for that long. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that. Don Clifton, I bowl tournaments for fun. Never expect to win, but it happens once in a while, and it's great. It is. Yeah, that's a good reason to bowl tournaments. Honestly, it's good practice. Johnny, I have a problem sliding right. Any way to make it straight? If you're sliding right, it's not the biggest deal in the world if it's not that far. You actually, if you're a righty, you want to slide right because then your momentum's going in that direction that you're throwing it. So that is actually not that bad. Christian, any other tournaments you plan on competing at? A lot. We have a lot of tournaments coming up, Christian. I think I have 2 weeks off. But then we have, what do we have? We have a handicap tournament called the Sun Opta coming up. We have a tournament in La Crosse, Wisconsin a week after that around Thanksgiving. And then we really have tournaments start. Team tournaments, city tournaments, state tournaments, all that jazz. A lot of stuff coming up. Probably pretty much every other weekend. Don, not Don Clifton, Don Connor. Mankato, oh, Winona State. Winona State had one. They did, maybe it's dead by now. I don't know. But they did have a college team. Don Clifton, then, isn't Minnesota more for hockey? Yes. Although I grew up in an area where hockey sucked. Nobody played hockey. I went to a super tiny school, it had 100 people in each class. Our hockey team was 5 schools combined. It was 5 schools put together, and they won 0 games in 2 seasons, 3 seasons. I think they were terrible. They were so bad. We were a basketball area. So me being tall helped a lot for that. But I know nothing about hockey, and I'm one of the few Minnesotans who don't because of that. GC3, what does ZVL mean? That is my initials, my full initials. So not going to fully dox myself, but middle name is Virgil and then Zach. So yeah, that is just initials because I am very unoriginal. That's about it. And I did have I had a gaming account where I was ZVL Gaming. So I did Twitch streaming, YouTube, all that jazz, and then decided the bowling stuff after. So that's why we have ZVL. Playful movement. Most fun I've had has been on losing teams. Winning can be overrated. I say go find a bad bowling college and have a blast. Hey, it depends what your priorities are, really. I mean, there is a lot of fun in just bowling for fun like that. That is the goal of the reason we're doing this is for fun. At the end of the day, we're doing all this for fun. But I'm really competitive and I like to win. So sometimes it's not for fun. Sometimes it's just for that thrill of competition. Big B, when a hockey team is wearing figure skates, that's bad. Don Clifton, sounds like my high school football team. We won 2 games in 4 years. Sheesh. All right, I gotta see Vex's. Could you beat Rambo Ray in bowling? No, he was on Team Canada. No shot. That dude throws a ball so good. If he actually took tour seriously and quit the Call of Duty coaching, I mean, Call of Duty coaching pays a lot more, but God, that guy throws a ball so good. He's not smart with bowling balls, but he throws it so good. It's dumb. All right, let's hit I keep wanting to say Cranges. Brooke. Also, Vandy is a reach. They don't have my exact major. Oh, okay, so Brooke, I will give you that. If they don't have your major, you do want to go for a major yet, because even if you're a pro bowler, you don't make an insane amount of money. So it is good to have an actual career with whatever you're going for. So good choice, really good choice to keep that in mind. I wish there were more college teams in Florida. Yeah, there aren't many. That is weird that there aren't many. Very odd. Lelouch, what is your best 3-ball arsenal? What is the best right now? Right now, I'm gonna, phase 2 for medium smooth. Attention star for strong sharp. I don't know what else. I'd like to go Scorpion low flare. Put some shine on it. Scorpion low flare. It's my best 3. Is it right? Probably not, but I like it. Phase 2 absolutely is. Attention star absolutely is. All right. Any more on YouTube? No, we're caught up there. We are caught up on the TikTok side. All right. Quick little shameless plug. Thank you guys all so much for watching so far, both on TikTok and on YouTube. Really do appreciate it. Make sure to drop a follow on TikTok, subscribe on YouTube if you haven't. We are at a little over 3,000 subs on YouTube, which is amazing. Thank you all so much who have subscribed over there. And on TikTok, we just broke 9,000 this morning, I believe. So thank you guys so much for helping us get to 9,000 followers. Our goal is 10,000 so that we can be streaming this on every platform. We can have a lot better content coming out, all that fun jazz. And we can monetize the channel, which means I can dump that money into actual equipment and ball reviews and all that jazz. So that's the overall goal. Want to get you guys the highest quality educational stuff as possible. That's the main goal of this channel. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for all the likes. 6,000 likes. YouTube, I can't see how many likes we have, but it's more than 0. So thank you guys over on the YouTube side. But that is my shameless plug / loving thanks to all of you. Just imagine it being a virtual hug. That's all. A very not weird virtual hug. I have no good segue off of that. Don, A mix, a sanded mix, and a Zen ball. I like the sanded mix, you lefty. That is such a lefty thing to say. I sanded a plastic ball. My best 3-ball arsenal from Don is Phase 2 3.0 and a pitch black. All right, nice, nice. 19 likes. Okay, cool. Not bad, not bad. I haven't been watching the YouTube stats this whole time. I try not to watch the stats on the live streams. I try to stay away from that because then it gets in my head. Like when I was Twitch streaming, I would always turn off views because I don't like to see how many views I have. But we do have 28 people hanging out on the YouTube side. If you guys could drop a like, it'd be amazing. Thank you guys if you do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. We are Brooke, actually. I'd say Florida has the biggest youth bowling community, but we all go out of state for college. That is so crazy. That is so unfortunate because it's hard to go away from home for college like that. That's really tough. And it's really unfortunate that you have to just for bowling. Like, especially on the women's side, because it is an NCAA sport. So I wish more schools would pick it up. That sucks. That's unfortunate. I don't understand youth and college bowling all that well, though, because I never went through it as much. But it is crazy. That is interesting. Bowling is so weird. Bowling's so weird with that. Johnny A, 5 boards right. When in doubt, 5 boards right. When in doubt, stand left, throw it harder. That's always the go-to. All right, we are fully caught up. So quick reminder for everybody, as the title suggests, we do have a lot of new bowling balls coming out. Why do I say we? There are a lot of bowling balls coming out in the next couple of weeks, in the next couple of days, sorry. We have Raptor Rush from Motiv came out today. We have the, I have to name them again. Brunswick, thank you for dropping 98 bowling balls at a time. We have the Ivory Rhino, the Ethos Hybrid, the No Doubt, the Zigzag Solid, and the Criterion all dropping tomorrow from Brunswick. Last Friday, we had the Phase AI from Storm getting dropped. I would assume next week, it sounds like, according to a couple guys in the chat from TikTok, next week we're going to have more announcements. We're going to have Hammer and we're going to have Storm. We'll see. I will have lives discussing all of those when those happen. It's going to be exciting. And Maribeth with yes. Are you? I count that as confirmation. More bowling balls coming next week, unless she's saying yes to the Phase AI dropping. But nah, we're counting that. You heard it here first. You heard it from Maribeth that there are more bowling balls coming. All right. Otherwise, those are all coming. If you guys have any questions on those, please let me know. But we do have a little bit of a lull right now in comments, which is honestly one of the first times in like 6 streams that we've had an actual lull in like questions, which is wild. Hey, thank you, Tim. We love Optic Texas here. We love competitive Call of Duty. We are going to be playing Black Ops 6 for about 15 straight hours on Friday. So I had to rep it for COD Week. I have to. Always have to. Oh, there we go. All I had to do was ask, and then we get all the questions. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Maribeth, it's okay. I'll yap. All right, perfect. Beautiful. And we have Brooke. Dexter or 3G? I know nothing about 3G. I am very sorry, any 3G fans out there. I know nothing about them. I know stuff about KR. I know Dexter. And I know that's about all. But I don't know much about 3G. Bowling shoe companies all are really good. There's some fantastic ones. I don't know much about 3G. I know I don't sell it much. We don't sell many 3G shoes. They're good. It seems like people who I always ask say they like them, but it's not like, I don't know. Bowling shoes is just a tougher one because it's not like bowling balls where there's a difference in all of them. A lot of them are very similar. So yeah. Don, stop texting me in a live. Stop it, Mom. Trying to talk to my friends online. Let's see. Yeah, so I like Dexter. I do have a pair of Dexters. I don't even remember what shoes I have. Yes, I have a pair of Dexters right now. So I really like my Dexters. They're a little weirder. They're the Sidewinders, if anyone knows what those are. They were a cheaper shoe. I'm not big on bowling shoes. I don't care much. I slide and all that jazz, and I need interchangeables, but like I'm not a big component of like you need the $300 pair of shoes. I'm never down that route that much. All right. Let's see what if we missed Dot. I'm looking into starting bowling. Any tips or any ball recommendations? First one, I would recommend either lessons or check out a lot of YouTube videos to learn just some basics. And then I would recommend a really cheap plastic ball to start. That is a good first step getting into bowling. Let's see. Okay, Don said it perfectly. Shoes come down to the relationships the shop has. Yeah, so our shop doesn't really do much for 3G. So it really depends on where you are. It's kind of like Turbo versus Vice. Depending on where you live, it really depends on which one gets pushed more. So Minnesota is Turbo country. Turbo is the brand for interchangeable thumbs, for grips, all that. But if you go down to like, I think more around like south of us is more Vice, if I remember right. Have we heard about the physics solid? What? Excuse me. Excuse me. What do you mean the physics solid? You don't mean the proton. You would have said proton. What do you mean? Oh, actually, yeah, Brooke, that's a good point. Brad and Kyle videos have some really good beginner tips, which is awesome. No, I have not. I haven't heard of anything. What? You can't just, why? No, I haven't heard about that. I'm going to order 3 of them if that is a thing. I love the physics. We were who was that? Me and who on stream a couple weeks ago were talking about how we need a new physics because it has the best core in bowling. Every physics ball is good. All right, where were we at? Tim, I started playing competitive COD and AW, but quit after BO4. Still play game battles? Nice, that's awesome. AW was the best time. AW was the best time for competitive Call of Duty. I was good at that game. That and Black Ops 3, I was really good at for competitive, and then I kind of fell off. All right. Riandam, what first pair of bowling shoes would you recommend? I wouldn't recommend much. One, I'll always recommend bowling shoes instead of using house shoes. Don't use house shoes. I've seen how they're cleaned. I've cleaned them myself. It's disgusting. Don't use house shoes. Go buy your own pair. You'll get your value worth. It's only $50 for a low tier pair of shoes. Just get something low tier. KR always has the Flyers. Dexter always has cheaper pairs. They look kind of good too, so I would go for that. Let's see. Yeah, Brooke, we hit that. Yeah, Maribeth, what? That's crazy. What do you mean that's crazy? I don't get info anywhere, man. I don't know this stuff. Elite, thank you for the follow on TikTok. Let's jump over to YouTube. We have a couple more things going on. We have Don, Radical No Doubt. Yes, there we go. He had all of them. Take a drink. Mountain Dew time. I'm not going to sleep tonight. I'm getting too much caffeine. GC3, you suggested an AI, but when should I swap to it? When I don't want to get left? No. Well, if you never run out of room left, I don't know. And I'm not sure. When you start leaving corner pins, GC3, is when you should switch. But if you're still carrying, just saw Maribeth's comment. If you're still carrying with it, maybe that's not the play, because that's the main goal. Don Dexter for 42 years. I didn't know Dexter was that old, honestly. I don't know how old any of these bowling companies are. I'm not much of a bowling historian. Big B, love your 3G racers. That's awesome. Hey, it's Paul. Do the KR Strike Force TPC Hype Black Iridescent run true to size? So KRs for me were always true to size. Like compared to a Nike shoe, they were true to size. I wear mainly Nike. I'm a sneakerhead at heart and mainly just for Nike, but they run pretty much dead on for size. All right. A new Zen would be amazing. Don, I use a $40 pair of shoes with a Hammer slide sock. And if that works, perfect. You replace the slide sock every 6 months, you're good to go. Don, shoes come down to the relationships. Yes. Wino love for the tropical. See, I always forget the tropicals exist. But the tropical solid is pretty good. I need to push those a little bit more. I need to talk about them a little bit more. You're right. Nathan, the physics solid looks good. There's no confirmation. You can't come in here and say that, all of you. It would be pretty solid. There it is. I definitely have something in my tooth. Man, that sucks. Apologies. Dawn Tropical Surge is a good beginner ball. It is really good colorway. I think they have some of the better colorways. Michael, is there any value in drilling a very strong ball pinned down? Oh, absolutely there is. Absolutely there is. A very strong ball pinned down will get it to have, you want a smooth reaction. It makes the reaction even smoother, Michael. So that can be a good play when you want to play straighter. That's usually a good option. Don, I average C+ in physics. All right, we got to work on that. We got to work on that C+. Physics, I had a nutty physics professor in high school. God, he was a nutcase. He was just absolute kook. Nice dude, but wow, was he cuckoo. Jaybird, how do you feel about the harsh reality Pearl on a house shot? Looking to throw something different. Yes, it will be a little earlier and smoother than your Attention Star, but a really good option, Jaybird. Jangles, thoughts on the next ball down after an Ion Max for a speed dominant bowler? And the Tropicals are scented, true. Thoughts on the next ball down after an Ion Max? After an Ion Max, you could probably go down, if you want to go a very tiny step down, Jangles, you could go to a XL. Otherwise, like a phase 2 Optimum Solid or Sublime Focus will be a good step down. Michael, you are welcome. Don, USB-C has an approved ball. It's true. I don't look at that enough. I don't look at that enough at all, and I should. I do for once in a while. That's where a couple, you'll hear some comments from me. I know very, very early on in the channel, I'm like, well, a commenter talked about this ball, and I looked on the USB-C list and it exists. So that is a good place to look if you want some inside info. But there's a lot of international balls that show up on that list. All right, let's go to the Maribeth leaking information side of TikTok. And let's see, Fresh Ion Max is very strong, incredibly strong. Khalil, new Zen would be cool. It would be. Elite, is the phase AI similar to a phase 4 or 5? Yes and no. The AI is going to be earlier but sharper than the phase 5 and the phase 4. All the video coming out very soon showing all the phases against each other. Physics, Nathan, God. Ivan, do you recommend a pitch black at 360 for league? Yeah, like Maribeth said, I'd go 180. Just find your nearest parking lot and just roll that thing around in it. Just like as much as you physically can, like the more surface, the better. If you can get it to hook in your backswing, good job. This is all sarcasm, by the way, for anybody. Please don't put 360 grit on a bowling ball for league. That will be disgusting. You're going to see like sparks when when your ball rolls down the lane. It's going to have so much surface on it. Brooke, I'm going to start lessons soon with a retired PBA pro. Nice. That's awesome. I love that. Let's see. Where are we? Picture me rolling. Thoughts on the next ball? Teal Rhino Pro benchmark bowling ball. Teal Rhino Pro benchmark. Teal Rhino Pro was a little weaker than a benchmark, but it works. Let's see. Urethane Nightmare. Ooh, yeah. I love when it hooks in my backswing. It's the best. Like you pick up the ball, you get set up, and I'm gonna finish my thought after Maribeth's lovely comment on the YouTube side. XL Pearl was just stated in the chat, which is kind of wild. But yeah, I love picking up my bowling ball and getting ready and just lining up and realizing like my ball is already hooking in my hand. It's the best feeling ever. It's the best feeling ever. Let's see, Nathan, what about the XL Pearl? I didn't like the XL that much, but the Pearl sounds good. How didn't you like the XL? What? There's no way. That's gotta be sarcasm. But the Pearl sounds good. Pearl sounds kind of good. Hyper self-fused, by the way, low-key was really good back many years ago. I got one that was like plugged 3 times because that was my first. Was that my first storm ball? Dude, I think it was. Yeah, it was. That was my first storm ball, was a hyper self-fused. Huh. I never thought of that. My uncle, who he always give me his like hand-me-down bowling balls. And he was a Brunswick staffer and he wouldn't allow me to throw storm. It was insane. Like I was new to bowling and I bowled my first youth tournament at like 18 or 19. And I was like, God, all these kids are throwing storm, but me, I have 2 Brunswick balls. I literally came with 3 bowling balls. I had what did I have? I had a Deviate Thug. I had a Brunswick Edge Pearl. And I had a plastic ball, a radical purple plastic ball. Really cool looking ball. It was just bright purple or just like a deep purple, super cool looking spare ball. I wish I could find another one. I'm kind of tempted to try finding one. It had Mo and what's his name? Phil. Phil is his name. Mo and Phil's like silhouettes, not silhouettes, but like cartoon designs on the side. It looks super cool. But I would show up to these youth tournaments, and they were 8-game tournaments. They were 8 games, but then if you made the cut, which I did on my first one somehow, I have no idea how. I averaged like 195 and made it. I averaged 195 in the league at the time. 2 bowling balls. I'd make cut, and it's 9 more games. And I was further left than I ever was before that. That was terrible. But yeah, those were my first Brunswick balls, and my uncle would not allow me. I asked him, like, could you order me a storm ball? Like, how about this? I think it was the high wire at the time. I was like, can you get this high wire? I did a little research. It looks super cool. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll get it to him. Very gruff guy. And I show up a couple weeks later, and he has a Radical Xeno. And he said, oh, this is, I didn't get the storm ball, but I got this. It's basically the same. It is not the same, by the way. The Xeno was an ASIM solid. The high wire was a shiny hybrid symmetrical ball. Not even close, but he would not allow me to throw storm. So my first one was only a hypercell fused I got from my cousin. It was wild. It was absolutely crazy. That was with old bad Brunswick stuff. They have gotten a lot better. God, they've gotten so much better, which is cool to see. Okay, we have a lot of comments to go on. Holy cow. Yeah, the XL Pearl sounds pretty good. Horse, what ball next? I have a phase 2 and a road. I would go Attention Star. Something shiny and ASIM. Picture me rolling, rev dominant. What'd you say? Oh, thoughts on the teal? Yeah, then it would be good, because if you're rev dominant, that Teal Rhino Pro will hook enough for you. Don, the Thug was so good with a double thumb. I never had a weight hole in mine, I don't think. I don't think I did. I don't think my uncle would drill me weight holes. No, he didn't. Ironically, I won state with a ball that had a plugged weight hole, because I had a weight hole in it and it sucked. The magnitude 035. God, that ball was good too. Only when polished. Without polish, that thing was doo-doo. Brooke, not sure if you know Pat Costello. She's the one who's going to be coaching me. I don't. I've never heard that name before. I don't know why. I'll have to, that's awesome, though. That's really cool. Way to find someone good who will help coach you. That's when you throw it back up to mess up the lefties. I did do that once in a tournament. I was getting pissed off enough by somebody who was a lefty and was whacking everybody. And I had like 1,000 grit or a 500 grit ball, and I threw it up like 30 board. No, I threw it up 30 board. That was fun. That was a fun tournament. I got talked into it. Trip, just got a track Purple Heat. I really like my Purple Heat Trip. I really, really like my Purple Heat. It's a very weak ball. I have it polished, but I would try it sanded. That's how it's supposed to be. So try it, see what you think. Don't be afraid to put polish on it. Maribeth, Hypercell Fused was so good. It was. Nathan, I don't bowl on pattern, so it just didn't hit on my house shot. Oh, really? Because I always thought that'd be a good house shot ball. But I guess it depends where you bowl and all that jazz. Yeah, he literally doesn't have a time, the XL, to look good for him. Doesn't have I read that wrong. He doesn't have a time the XL looks good for him. Okay, interesting. Matthew, what do you think of the track Archetype Hybrid? The Archetype Hybrid was super strong, but pretty good overall. Not the best ball in the world, but it was good. It was pretty good. Big core. But a Pearl might look good. Maybe, hypothetically, of course. No confirmations from new Storm or Hammer stuff yet, by the way. We have just gotten leak after leak that might be true. We don't know. There could be a lot of BS. Raymond, thank you for the follow. Caden, I just got a Phase AI. It is nuts. Hey, that's great to hear. That's awesome. Love that for you. Papo, what do you think about the AI? I was questionable on mine because I shot 520 and 530 last week in league, throwing the AI, trying to force it. And then I hit it with 3,000. And last night on a fresher house shot, it looked awesome. I couldn't miss with it. So I think it was just, mine was just too shiny. So after putting a little bit of surface on it, I think it's going to be a lot better. Big K, what's your opinion on the Ion Max? I think the Ion Max is going to be a great ball. I think it's too early to say yet, but I think it's going to be one of the better ASIMs Storm has come out with in a long time, which is great. Love that. All right, Jay McCoy, we will get to you in just a second, but we have a lot of YouTube comments to catch up on. Well, we have 2, but that counts. That's a lot. Counting's hard for me. Don Clifton, the Phase AI is like the Phase 4, but legal. True. True. Yeah, it is a little bit earlier and a little bit sharper. Like my P4 was pretty angular compared to a lot of other people's, but it wasn't. It was, the AI is going to be a little bit earlier, a little bit sharper. Bowler MN, Pure Madness is the first out of the bag. I have the CUDA and Super CUDA, but find they're too smooth. That's fair. Thinking about dropping the Super and picking up the Crusher. The Crusher, what'd you say your first ball? Pure. Yeah, the Crusher is basically a sharper Pure Madness. So I think you're going to like it. I think it's going to be a good play off of your Pure Madness. They're going to be close-ish together, though. Dawn, I had to knock off the shine on my sharp piece like the Duo and the M&M. That's fair. I usually do the same thing, Dawn. I usually have to knock the surface off because I like ball speed a lot and don't know how to stop it. Someone please help. And so I usually knock the shine off anyway. I wanted to try the Power Edge, though, and it was still just too much for me, which is fair. That happens. Nathan, did Nathan really go... Did you go? I'm looking at YouTube for this one. Did you find the YouTube? You turned off your TikTok, right? You swiped up, you got off TikTok, you went over to YouTube, you typed in ZVL bowling, you hit that subscribe button. You better have hit that subscribe button. And you went on to say, what about the honey badger ruddy? Ruddy, and I'm not sure what it's going to look like. Huh. Honey badger. I was just talking about that with another guy a couple weeks ago. He was like, we need a new honey badger. I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool. That was a cool core. Narrator step by step. Yes. Yes. I know exactly what he did. He was giggling the whole time. 100%. He was doing it and he was giggling as he did it, as he hit the subscribe button. And as what can you do? Share? I think you can share. What do you do on YouTube? Yeah. He shared it to all of his friends. That too. We are still giggling. You get in the same room. I should have known that. Of course. I was really hoping there was no collusion going on between you two, but of course there was. Big B was the ZVL. Yes, it was. It is my initials, Big B. So first name Zach, middle name Virgil, last name redacted until you can find it pretty easily if you want to know my full name, but won't dox myself fully. All right, Don. A guy threw a phase 4 against me last week. He couldn't miss in games 1 and 2 and missed everything in game 3. That's what the phase 4 was good at. It was good on fresh, really good on transition. Good on fresh, really bad on transition. And Michael, have you seen any explanation on the relative strengths of the various HK22 with the various additive packages? I have major confusion. No. I have no idea what the differences are. Well, HK22 is just an additive. So for any Storm fans out there, HK22 is like Nano. What is it? What is the Nano called? Oh, I should know that. The Nano combo. Where it's just an additive. Not Nano. Is it Nano? I think it's Nano. I don't know. It's just an additive. It's not the true full cover stock. It's just something you have in the cover stock to make it a little bit, for them, it makes it a little bit sharper down lane, pushes the reaction a little bit. Well, it makes it read the mid lane better, but makes it sharper. So that's what HK22 generally does. The differences are tough because no company in the world puts out a cover guide. Oh my God, I hate it. I hate it so much. There is no company in bowling, minus Motiv, shout out Motiv, who actually has a guide on their cover strengths. You usually have to know it from people like me, which keeps me in business. So make sure to subscribe. NRG, that's one of them. Thank you. Thank you, Bill. But it sucks because I would love for you guys to have the resources to be able to see what cover stock fits where. But I luckily and unfortunately have a brain that remembers that stuff at this point. So if you have questions on it, please let me know. But for the different HK22s, it's tough between company to company, but I do know inside of the company itself, like all the Brunswick HK22s, I could line them up pretty easily. But between Brunswick and Track, it's a little bit tougher. Like, what is the difference between the Mesmerizes cover and the Criterions? That's really hard to tell. Really hard to tell. It's like, what are the differences between what is Roto Grips? Not React. Wow, what is their top one? What is their top one? It's on the gem, not Nano. Microtracks. It's like, what's Microtracks versus NEX versus NRG? Like, that's the tough part. Don, you could go to the Brunswick seminar in a couple weeks for the shop. I could. That wouldn't be a bad idea. I would probably learn a little bit. That wouldn't be terrible. I should probably talk to somebody about that. I'll go hit up Riley for that. Ethan, hey ZVL, what does Motiv say the Raptor Rush is more angular than the Crimson? They do. So the Jackal is going to hook earlier, Ethan, which is going to generally make it a little bit smoother. And because of the cover stock on the Crimson wants to be earlier. I would assume their reaction down lane is pretty similar. It's going to be very small difference. And Don, the HK22 on the Arctic Vibe is weaker than the HK22. Yes, because the cover stock itself is much weaker on the Arctic Vibe. So the Arctic Vibe is HK22, but it has that Vibe cover on it versus the Black Widow has the general Black Widow. I forget the cover name they use, but it's going to have that on it. We're going to jump over back to TikTok because there's a lot of stuff that Maribeth is saying about everything. But we're going to hit, let's see. We have a lot to catch up on. Jay McCoy, Extreme Envy, really good. One of the strongest balls in the market. Khalil, what if Hammer made a solid Hammer effect? What if? What if? Maybe. That'd be awesome. The Pure Envy is supposed to be that. Raymond, what do you think about the Hammer Ross? They're a really good early bowling ball. It's as good as like Surges, as good as other balls in that range. They're a solid cheaper ball though. Cheaper ball. Is Nathan really dropping Brunswick new balls? Are you kidding me? There's no, now he's BSing. There's no way they're dropping an Ethos right after the hybrid got dropped. No shot. All right. Brooke, you probably haven't because she's been retired for a long time. Oh, she was inducted to the Hall in 86. Whoa. Yeah, I was not born yet by a lot. She used to coach UCF. Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. Nice. Bill, what do you think about the Power Edge polish? I think I kind of hit on that. It's better than React Gloss. It is still the same. It's as good as their older polish. Being able to throw it a little bit, it is better. It does read the mid lanes better. It's not as shiny. It doesn't get as far down lane, which is good. It's still polish, so it's a generic polish, really. It's not the end all be all greatest polish ever created. And yes, Ethan, absolutely, you're welcome. Papo, you're welcome. Hot take, not the biggest fan of the Max. Wow. Maribeth, what's your favorite ASIM solid? Do you ever throw ASIM solids that much? I know, like you mentioned, you have a higher rev rate than most people on the women's side. So do you usually get to a ball that big? And if you do, what is your favorite? Are you still a gem fan? Let's see. Oh, Brooke, same harsh reality, 100%. Jay McCoy, think of getting the Ion Max. I like that ball. It looks good. I haven't thrown it though. Hey, we know people that know people for this league. Yeah, you guys have insiders. I'm just a little old TikToker and YouTuber over here who doesn't have those insiders. So give me your insiders. Where are we at? Maribeth, your lives are the best. I love getting absolutely, like, going absolutely psycho on just rants. It's the best. We have a lot of comments. Holy cow. Apologies if I missed your comment. I've hit every comment, but I'm a little bit behind. I even learned the most you can in practice. You guys are going back and forth. Love that. Racer Shane, you don't like the AI yet. I would try changing the surface and you'll like it a little better. Nathan, I'm normally only into the Storm and you said that, okay, there's no way that's a real ball. Hey, Weeko's Entertainment. What's going on? Hey, Zach, are you bowling the sweeper in November in Hutch? If I remember the date, I will. And if it's not on November 16th, which is a Saturday, or the 23rd, I don't remember what I'm using my phone to stream. If it's, I can actually look it up quick. Probably. I will probably be trying to. The 7th? Oh, wow, that's quick. Am I gone? No, I 100. 7th? In November? You sure? Oh, 6th. No, wait, what? Are you sure it's the 6th? That's a Wednesday. I don't know if it's the 6th. Is it the 3rd? Might be the 3rd. If it's the 3rd, I'll probably be there. I might be there, actually. That's going to be the goal, at least. I got to get to a few of the central tournaments. So absolutely, that's gonna be the hope. Let's see. We know people that know people. Oh, would you say hammer draw raw with drilling included for 150? Raymond, you can get a hustle for that, and it's a little bit stronger. Oh yes, I was looking at the wrong month. No, you're good. Don't worry. Do not worry. All right. I'll be back in 10 seconds. I just noticed this thing in my teeth again, and it is making me upset. Just kidding. I am absolutely dumb. There was nothing in my teeth this whole time. I don't know what I was seeing. There must have been a weird, like, there must have been a really weird, like, glare because I swore there was like a massive piece of pepper in my teeth. All right, we are back. Where are we at? Raymond, so I would say a hustle would be a little better. Yeah, hustle X-ray that Donovan says. It should be the same price, but if that is the price of the raw, it's not great, but it's not bad. Let's see, where are we at? I feel like if I had not gotten ahead of myself at junior gold, I would have done better. Junior gold is a big time for junior gold is a fantastic time for just learning because it is such a hard tournament to make money in and to do well in because the cut is so extreme. So like seeing that you did that and then just being able to do it, just be better next time is the main goal of it. Yes, not score watching, be in the moment. I was in 4th after the first day. Oh, wow. Nice. That's wild. Bill, as a Storm fan, oh man, there are so many comments. As a Storm fan, I actually think the Mesmerize is better than the Max. I have not seen a comparison of the two, so I can't really say much, but that makes sense. I could see that. The Mesmerize is good. That thing is really, really good. Racer, should I hit it with 2,000 or 3,000? Racer, what did you say earlier? I would go 3,000. 3,000. Yes, absolutely. Where are we at? I've got so many gems at my pro shop. That's awesome because they are discontinued. Don't listen to Mikey Tang, who called me out and got a lot of likes on my videos saying that they're not. I'm still salty about that. That took me so off guard. I was at work when he commented. Oh, that was funny. Brooke, I was in 10th after the first few days. The last day was terrible. Oh, but that's still awesome to be in 10th that long. I was looking at the wrong month. Let's see. Asian Mason. How is the tour dynamics compared to the Ion Pro? The dynamics is weaker and smoother, in my opinion. Maribeth, I do have a favorite ASIM solid. The Harsh Reality and the Harsh Reality Pearl. Okay. With your role, I guess that makes sense because you can get a ball to hook from Narnia. So that fits because the Harsh Reality is usually really good from straighter for a lot of people, but I bet you could make that thing wail from deeper. That fits. Marith, I do sometimes get to use the OG Harsh in college, but not as often. That fits. That's awesome though. Let's see. But I love my Harsh line. I have like 20. No way you have 20. There is no shot that's an actual number. Oh, this is Tiana. Nice. Hey, what's going on? I just got a Columbia Speed and a Hammer Infamous. I have a Hammer Infamous behind me that's like drilled way too many times that rolled good but cracked out on me. So really good balls, actually. Brooke, it was also your first year. That is so cool that was your first year, Brooke, and you did that well, like for the first while. Donovan, is the AI supposed to be sharper than the 2? Yes, it is. It is supposed to be sharper. The AI is weird because of the colorway. The colorway makes it look like that it's hooking, like it's slower, but it's not. The colors are just so wonky. Maribeth, hot take, SYCs are better than Junior Gold. Heard it here first. Nathan, how do you feel about the Rhino Pro Ivory? That is already coming out. That's not even a leak. Good try. It looks really good. It's Brunswick's, the Ivory Rhino is Brunswick's high road, by the way, for everybody. Drops tomorrow, is a little bit cheaper if I remember right. Let me check to be sure. Brunswick Ivory Rhino Pro is, drumroll please, $149. So not bad, pretty cheap. Little more pricey than I expected, but it is a really good ball the way it looks. Let's see, anything on the YouTube side. Dawn, Microtracks is very strong. It's used for the cover on my Duo. Yeah, that was a weird choice to put that on the Duo. I'm still not a fan of that. I wish that cover would have been a little weaker. I wish they used E-Tracks. Dawn, I logged into your TikTok stream on my burner. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate that. Let's see. Mason, what's a good weak sharp ball? I have a tropical surge, but got my speed faster now. It's too weak. The surge is too weak. You could take a slight step up with a hustle. The hustle is just a very slight step up. Otherwise, go to an exponent pearl. I think that would be a better choice. Staying in the storm line too, then. Donovan, any tips on increasing speed? Yes. That is. Hey, thank you, Tiana. See you later. Have a good night. So Donovan, for increasing speed, it's all about footwork, all about foot speed. You want to boost your tempo just a little bit quicker, and you're going to notice that speed to be higher. That's probably your best bet. I bowl with someone that is really good, and he got his name out at the SYCs. He also got 4th at Junior Gold, and I know he's on Storm Junior staff. That's awesome. That's super cool. No, SYCs are really publicized, which is great. I know very little about him, so apologies. I can't answer much about him. All right. Let's see. Christian Latour on YouTube. What balls are generally good for a two-hander lefty? So Christian, because you're so rev dominant, you're going to want smoother equipment. You're going to want the IQ Tours of the world. You're going to want the Hustle X-Rays. You're going to want the Scorpion Low Flares. You're going to want the Max Thrill Solids, the Black Venoms. What else is out there? The XLs. Phase 2, Optimum Idle Solid. You're going to want more of those solid, smooth bowling balls because as a lefty, you don't want stuff to be too angular because you're the only one over there most of the time. Unless you're in a league of all lefties, you won't have that transition as much, so the pearl ball won't be as needed. But it is good to have some, don't get me wrong, but solids are going to be your friend. And Don, Motiv Black Venom is my step up from my hustle. It's a solid ASIM. Yes, it is a very mild ASIM, very weak asymmetrical ball because it has a modified Venom core, gear core, technically is what it's called. So yes, absolutely the Black Venom is a great choice. Let's see. Big K, I've seen about 3 Ion Maxes go down the lane. If I should polish it or put 1,000. Someone I know polished it and liked it. Who was that? Somebody who bowls tournaments polished it and really liked it. That's a good thing with the Max is it looks good polished. Compared to like other ASIM solids sometimes don't look good polished. Like my Proton Physics looks like doo-doo when polished, but the reality is money when polished. So the Ion Max looks like it'll be good with it, which is awesome. All right. I am just realizing it is past 9 o'clock. We've gone for over 2 hours. So thank you everybody on the YouTube side and the TikTok side for hanging in. I'm going to answer just a handful of more comments and then we are going to call it a night and I will let you guys have the rest of your Wednesday back. And then Maribeth and Nathan can just keep giggling in the corner about leaking a bunch of bowling balls. We have Ivan, Junior Gold really exposed my weak points. And that is the goal of tournaments. The goal of tournaments is to expose your weak points so you can fix those. That is the best part about it. Let's see. Ian, what's going on, man? Michael, what do I do if my Pro Shop guy drilled my ball with a really weak layout on my AI? The problem is the layout is like that, you probably have to add more surface, Michael. You might have to bring it down to 2,000 to get it to do what you want it to. It's one of the tougher things. That would be the best bet because re-drilling it costs too much, $60 usually. Donovan, see you later. Maribeth, the new Physics Solid might look good polished. There might be a new Physics Solid, everybody. Just FYI. Maribeth, when you'll be live next? I'm thinking next Monday or Wednesday. Mondays and Wednesdays are best for me because Tuesdays I work at our pro shop and I also practice afterwards, so I'm gone basically all night. And then Thursdays I have league, and I do bowl late league next week, so I'm gone from like 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock. So Monday or Wednesday, probably leaning towards maybe Monday. Monday or Wednesday, one or the other. Yeah, when are you going live? All right, let's see. Where are we at? I think I might just have them re-drill. That is a good option too, Michael. That does work also. Donovan, how would you compare Harsh Reality and Black Widow? Harsh Reality will be earlier and smoother than the Black Widow. Ian, school ends at 3, get home at 9. That is painful. That is a long day. Pravada, finally here. How should I become much more? I can't see what that word is. Much more consistent. Okay. Use less muscle, Pravada. The less muscle you use, the better your shot's going to be. Donovan, thanks, man. Hey, thank you. You too. Maribeth, I'm hoping this weekend. Just got back from Florida. Have 2 weeks off from tournaments. So back on the live grind. Perfect. Beautiful. Everybody go check out Maribeth Baker on, she doesn't have a YouTube, I don't think, but go check her out on Instagram and TikTok. Makes great jersey designs. And then YouTube, any final comments? Ethan, also ZVL, it's not too hard to describe briefly. How do you manipulate axis rotation? Yes, that is one of the best tricks you can have in bowling, Ethan. So one of my favorite ways is just focusing on what finger you're releasing through. So for me, if I put more pressure trying to release through my ring finger, I'm more behind the ball. If I put more on my middle finger, I'm more around the ball. Those are usually my two like nice quick tricks. So try those out. Let me know what you think. Big B, enough about bowling. Let's talk religion and politics. Yes, that's what we're going to. Let's make the no, we are not doing that. Don, thank you so much. Have a great night, man. Let's see. Michael, what layout should I ask for? I would go 4.5 inches pin. 4.5 inch pin is probably best. Maribeth, any sign of the goose? Not yet. Nothing yet. But I did order some more EFX jerseys for my tournament team a couple weeks ago. And I know those got done, or they got put into the, they said 20 some days left a couple days ago. So I think things are moving quickly, and I'm checking my mail every day, but we'll see. But there will be a goose sighting. You have a code. No, I used a friend's code from here. I should have asked for, I messed up. Duh, of course you have a code. You have your own jersey line. Of course you have a code. Why didn't I think of that? I was looking at it like, whose code should I use? I can't believe, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I will make an extra video with Goose. I promise. Brooke, also doing Tennessee and Michigan SYC. Nice. That's awesome. What is that name? Schwazen? Is AI suitable for two-handed player without any ball speed? I would recommend something weaker like an Exponent Pearl. And Pravada just got the Optimum Idol Solid, and I love it. Nice. That is awesome to hear. Even I can only do the SYC in Texas. Hey, that's still good, though. And Gideon, nice sweater. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have to wear optic stuff for everybody's favorite Call of Duty week. So Friday will be a long day of staring at a computer screen. And Matthew on the YouTube side, I've been told that for the 78U should not be a layout strong. Yes, correct. You should be a little bit weaker on it because the ball has a core in it. So that is what I've seen too. J.R. Raymond had a really good video about it. So he has a fantastic one. Go check that out. But with that, I need to go prepare for tomorrow. So I'm going to be calling it a day. TikTok, we're going to close with you first. YouTube, stay around for just a couple more minutes because I have to wait a little bit before I can close you out. All right, that is going to be a TikTok. Thank you guys so much for all of the love today. Make sure to drop a follow if you haven't. Otherwise, thank you for all the likes. We're at 9,500. Thank you all so much. The road to 10K is starting. I am now realizing why I think I had something on my teeth because there's a little mark on my screen. That's just a little black dot. That's awesome. All right. Brooke, good luck at League. Go shoot 750. Why not? Just go casually shoot 750. Throw that attention star, shoot 750. And you can then flaunt even more because I haven't gotten to 7 yet this year in my 5 league nights. So thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of your night, TikTok. I will see you all later. Oh, that's my thumb. Bye. All right. And that is all we had for the TikTok side. YouTube, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate you guys hanging around in the dual streams. Things will be a lot smoother and you'll be able to see all of the TikTok comments. When we get to 10,000 follows on TikTok, it'll be a heck of a lot easier when we do that so that we can have all the comments connected and all that fun jazz. So we'll be doing that. That'll be coming very, very soon, but I'll be sending you guys to a stream ending page. Make sure to drop a sub. If you haven't, make sure to drop a like. Videos coming for the next couple of weeks. We have a phase comparison video coming tomorrow or Friday. Next Sunday, what is our plan for Sunday? I have a nice little list. It might be my 2LS video. I think it's going to be my 2LS video. Next Tuesday, we'll be making an arsenal with Motiv bowling balls only. Motiv only. It's all recorded, ready to go. So make sure to drop a sub and you'll get notified first for all of those videos. But thank you guys so much for watching. Much appreciated. Love every single one of you. We are going to call it a day on that. I'll be live again next week. Make sure to keep checking the channel and I will have a schedule of when that happens. All right. Bye-bye.